Let's see if that worked.
It says it's live.
It says live.
Yeah.
Okay. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing tonight? Look, man. Everybody put those flame emojis. Smash that like button. Where everybody watching from? We got a nice video for y'all here today. You know, this is one of those chill vibe nights. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have us a good time. We're gonna talk our shit, and we're gonna keep it moving though. We're gonna keep it pushing. High energy. You know what I'm saying? No BS tonight. You know, I got security on deck. We're kicking people out the chat. We ain't playing those games today. But look, man, we got a special guest tonight. You know what I'm saying? We got my boy B-Dale in the house tonight. Go ahead, introduce yourself, bro.
My name is B-Dale. On my YouTube channel, I talk about quantum physics, metaphysics, mind science, technology. I break down theology, monotheistic belief systems, occultic knowledge. We talk about everything. We talk about the whole shebang. We go into conspiracy theories, talking about the Illuminati, all types of stuff. So everything that's we're going to be talking about tonight is basically going to correlate with everything that Dre talks about on his channel also.
Okay, in particular, so what in particular are we speaking on?
Tonight we're going to be talking about the galactical phenomenon of the Aurora Borealis, the Northern Lights, which is basically an amalgamation of green ethereal energy in our atmosphere that causes genetical upgrade. So we're going to be talking about all that shit and how it works in tandem with everything as far as like what takes place in the future. So it's a good time to be alive right now, and I appreciate the brother Dre having me on his channel, man. Real upstanding brother.
Appreciate you for tuning in. Look, man, we locked in, bro. This is organic right here. Look, I can't work with everybody, man, because the energy just don't be matching sometimes. But this right here, bro, like definitely, this is my brother, and you know what I'm saying. It was it was already like I already knew him from day one. Real talk.
Appreciate it, bro.
But look, we got a lot of more other stuff coming. We just stalling y'all out right now because, like I said before, we got some other shit that we got going on too, and we're gonna bring y'all up to speed. You know what I'm saying? We got some dope content coming. But yeah, we're gonna get into this video. Y'all ready for this joint? Go ahead and smash that like button, y'all. Everybody smash that like button. We got 500 people, 100 likes. Let's get it to 500 likes. We just started. You said, Joe, your head is killing? Hey, look, yeah, a lot of people having different symptoms, yeah, and I can't go to sleep, nigga. So
yeah, we gonna be talking about that as we get through the course of the video, man, because all these frequencies and shit that's in the atmosphere, man, it's an ascension process, and it works in tandem with your neurological faculty. So it's one of those things, man. Like all the stuff that people say, that getting your powers and all that other shit is fake, but you got to go through a process in order to reap the benefits of that energy. You know what I'm saying? So we finna get into it tonight.
I bet. All right, let's get this thing started.
Hidden within the government's secret lab, scientists tirelessly decoded the Northern Lights, convinced they concealed an alien message. Unbeknownst to them, extraterrestrials in a distant galaxy were transmitting signals through the Auroras, attempting to connect with Earth. As humanity teetered on the brink of cosmic revelation, the skies themselves held the key to an interstellar dialogue that could change the world. What if there was a way we could help decode this message? This is one of the many reasons we created the Northern Lights projector. Enjoy these beautiful lights at home.
Lights the colors around God's throne? Here's what Revelations 4:3 has to say. And he that sit was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone, and there was a rainbow around the throne, and sight like unto an emerald. Sardine stone is the red one, and emerald is the green one, and jasper is the blue one. Coincidentally, all these colors are the same colors as the Northern Lights, the Aurora Borealis.
lights. This was my house last night. I live in North Little Rock, Arkansas, way too far south to ever see anything like this. Was I amazed and excited? Yeah. I immediately said, well, seeing the Northern Lights was on my bucket list. I guess I could cross it out, even though it didn't happen quite the way I wanted. But now I don't know if it counts. Stay with me here, it's about to get weird. The lights are visible so far south because of the extreme G5 geomagnetic storm, right? We all know. But then I accidentally stumbled on something else and now I'm confused and alarmed. Because, what is that? HARP testing? May 8th through 10th, 2024? And then I'm like, okay, maybe that's not real. But the notice they sent out to the amateur radio communities looks pretty real. Then I'm like, hold up. I know it's the Auroral Research Program, but can they really make fake northern lights? And the answer to that is yes. Not only yes, but they've already done it a couple of times, like the last time they did one of these research campaigns in November 2023. Are these fake northern lights? Is the government playing with my feelings right now? It's really weird to me too that this started May 8th, and then on May 10th, they're like, oh wow, look at this giant, extreme, really strange solar flare that's gonna show the northern lights all over the place, in places they're not supposed to be seen. Did they do something they weren't supposed to do? Or am I just tripping? Please tell me what y'all think. If all this is fake northern lights, and I have to mark it back onto my bucket list, I'm going to be very sad and mad and feel very betrayed. You'd think the government could not surprise me anymore, but color me surprised, okay? Let me know what y'all think about this.
So you guys know how we're entering the age of Aquarius, the worlds are merging and the veil is lifting. So we're going to start seeing things that we haven't ever seen before. So as I was digging through these Aurora Borealis pictures, I came across this. Check this out. Do you guys see what I see? Do you guys see 3 giant entities in this picture, y'all? This is no camera tricks, y'all. This is in Slovenia. There are 3 giant entities standing in this picture. Look, 1, 2, and 3. Like Jack and the Beanstalk, they told us about these beings, right? Look at these legs. Look at this dude's arms, y'all. Look at him, huh? They told us about the giants, the Nephilim, y'all. What the heck? Can y'all see that, right? You guys see that? We are literally tapping into another world, another frequency. Because what did you guys feel the other night? The energy was intense, y'all. And now we know why. Because there is huge beings on this plane right now. The veil between worlds are lifting, y'all. They told us about this. We are going through a change, a shift in frequency.
It said it's a man and his dog. Y'all don't start that shit tonight. Hey, look, we're gonna talk about this and we're gonna keep playing it though. I already know how some of y'all feel about my man's right here. They like, hey, he be capped out sometimes, but we're gonna talk about it.
See, because when have we ever seen beautiful colors like this, especially all over the planet? You know, almost all over the planet. So what do you guys see here, y'all? Again, remember when we seen that huge Grim Reaper earlier this year? Remember that? Now look at these 3 giant beings. That's crazy. Like I told y'all, man, things are going to get a lot more interesting. 2024 started out with a bang. Remember the South Antarctic anomaly? No one has yet explained that. And now look at this, y'all. So let me know what you...
They say he reaching, boy. Hey, we got to make a new name for my boy Goose. Hey man, I love Goose, man. No hate, bro. Hey, I enjoy him, but yeah, Stretch Out Armstrong, man. Y'all remember that character, man? I had one of those dogs, man. He be reaching. But, hey,
like that. It definitely be like that sometimes.
Yeah, it be like that. All right.
2024 is a year that holds great significance for humanity. It marks the culmination of many changes and transformations that have been occurring since 2012. As we move closer into this pivotal year, the energy...
Okay, yeah, that was the end of that little sequence right there. All right, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, what you got to say about that?
Well, when the lady was talking about how HARP is projecting a certain cymatic frequencies, because one thing about HARP is basically the tuning forks of planet Earth. They are the ones that control the cymatic frequencies of light that's projected in our atmosphere to where it causes weather modification and frequency modification. But during this time period, when you got to understand the delineation between a black swan event, which is a psychological operation, between something that's happening on a galactical level. See, the thing is, the people who control every industry, the people who control the weather, they line up certain events with certain phenomenon on the planet to where you're not able to withstand what's taking place. Some people is going to say, oh, it was HARP. Some people understand that there was a spiritual alignment that caused the phenomenon of the Aurora Borealis. Because when you understand the inception point of how the anomaly of the Aurora Borealis came about, it was basically extracted from cymatic frequencies that's coming from the black sun. So the black sun has a frequency to it that has like ionization, and that ionization is what causes that phenomenon in the atmosphere, which is called ether. Ether is a form of gamma radiation, and that gamma radiation works in tandem with the carbon body. So everybody on the planet is a derivative of carbon. So carbon is the building block of all civilization. So when you have these ionized particles and when you have these frequencies merging in with the carbon, that's where it puts you in alignment of evolution, right? So it's one of those things where the Aurora Borealis is basically the whole format of a genetical upgrade. That's what this is all about, because this phenomenon really doesn't take place. So it goes into the Sufi order of the Sons of Green Light. It works in conjunction with all that. So like when you look at the hieroglyphics in ancient Kemet, and when you read the Meta Nature, it shows you Osiris, he was green. Green is meaning that his physiology was connected to a form of chlorophyll, which also works in tandem with gamma radiation. That goes into the Hulk. Everything as far as the color green, it's basically the epitome of evolution. It's the epitome of an ascension process. Just like when you got Moldavite and Malachite crystals, those crystals work in conjunction with the heart chakra. The heart chakra is green, so you got to be vibrating at the love frequency to absorb these energies that's coming in. See, there you go. Bro got the crystals on deck. So like I said, it's a protection crystal. You know what I'm saying? It's a protection crystal to where you're able to put your auric field in alignment with your chakra system. But what you got to say about it, bro?
Oh, nothing. Hey, I'm gonna let you build right there. We're gonna keep it rolling. Yeah, I'm gonna let you build right there. You got that.
Shift becomes more intense, leading to a mass awakening and a quantum leap in consciousness. During 2024, we will witness dramatical changes on all levels: personal, societal, and global. Old systems are crumbling, exposing their flaws and limitations. As more people awaken to the truth of their existence and seek higher states of consciousness, there is also an increase in cosmic energies influencing our planet. These cosmic rays are triggering profound shifts within us at a cellular level. The process can be challenging as it requires us to confront our fears and let go of old patterns that no longer serve us. However, it is essential for our growth and evolution as individuals and as a collective. In this time of transition, it's crucial to stay grounded amidst the chaos. Connecting with nature, practicing mindfulness or meditation can help maintain inner peace during these transformative times. During 2024, the intensity of these changes amplifies even further. The energy becomes so potent that it pushes us towards significant breakthroughs in consciousness. It's important to remember that everyone experiences this shift differently based on their own unique path and soul journey. Some may feel called to dive deep into spiritual practice.
You said shouldn't everybody in Alaska be what?
What they say?
Shouldn't they be what? Pretty much getting these gifts? No, that's not true. Just like some of these people aren't. I can put it in a way like this. Everybody's not going to seek the benefits of this, get the benefits from this, because they're not ready. Just like when you were a child, a lot of us didn't eat onions and mushrooms and shit like that, right? Because our taste buds weren't mature enough, right? So it's only natural that a lot of people, like we say, wake up. They're not woke to the information. They're not receptive to it. Their nerve receptors aren't receptive to the frequencies that's even coming in. So therefore, then they're not ready for it. So a lot of you are receiving symptoms because you're becoming more and more and more aware. And this information, you're getting downloads, bits and pieces. And that's why we get on here and we speak all together. This is a community. This isn't about me and B-Dale. This is about all of us that are paying attention to what's going on. But yeah, we're going to keep building. Let's get it.
Practices, while others may focus on healing themselves or reconnecting with loved ones. No matter what path you choose during these changing times, whether it involves self-reflection or taking action for positive change, trust your intuition and our guidance we provide to you on our channel towards alignment with your highest purpose. We are witnessing history unfold before our eyes. Never before has humanity faced such immense opportunities for growth and transformation. Embrace the changes, stay open-hearted, and trust the process. Activating major portals for ascension. One key aspect to consider is the activation of major portals during this year. These portals serve as gateways between dimensions, allowing for a higher level of consciousness and energetic frequency to be accessed. The activation process involves a combination of intention, meditation, and collective energy. By focusing our thoughts and intentions on these specific points on Earth's grid system, we can create a powerful surge of energy that opens up these portals. Once activated, these portals act as bridges between the third, fourth dimension and the fifth dimension. They allow for an influx of cosmic energies and downloads of higher knowledge and wisdom. It is through these portals that we can experience profound shifts in perception and awareness. To activate major portals, it is important to gather with like-minded individuals who share similar goals and intentions, just like as we do on DNA.
Hey, Bastard Life. All right, hey, be there, please. Tell this nigga.
What he say?
Yeah, he said, "What's the black sun?" He was like, everybody ignoring me.
Okay,
what is the black sun? Damn.
Okay. The black sun is basically the womb of creation. So when you go to the inception of time, when you're talking about the precessional circle during the first sun cycle, planet Earth, it went through a process of healing because it was broke off due to the extraction of plutonium bombs that broke the planet off in half. So when you had Nibiru in our atmosphere, Nibiru has its own solar system. It's an autonomous body. It's basically a rogue planet that circumnavigates the universe every 3,600 years. So what happened was they took a sun from their solar system and they projected it to planet Earth to heal the planet, because during that time period in the beginning of creation, the Earth and the moon was working in conjunction, because that's why the original moon works off the frequency of the tides of the water on the planet. So the moon that we have in our solar system right now was towed into our solar system from planet Jupiter from draconian reptilians. So the moon is basically working in tandem with the grid system that puts us in alignment of the spiritual cutoff, right? Which is basically the firmament. So the sun that was projected inside the planet, which is called Utu, was coming from planet Nibiru. So the black sun is basically the womb of creation. The womb of creation, meaning that it's based on the divine feminine energy that gives intrinsic life to all life forms on the planet. And it was projected inside of the Grand Canyon. So that's why the Grand Canyon has a high intensity of phenomenon that has interstellar vortex portals to where it can take you to different places and manipulate the space-time continuum. And it's also in alignment with the Milky Way star constellation, which is known as the Earth Zone. So what's happening is the frequencies from the black sun is what causes the phenomenon of the Aurora Borealis. So when you go to Genesis chapter 3 through 5, it talks about how God of the Bible said, "Let there be light," because when you speak in a form of thought, which is connected to Thoth, that energy is ether. Ether is faster than the speed of light. Thought, what you think is faster than the speed of light, because light travels at 186,000 miles per square feet. So the light in itself is an intrinsic radiation that causes creation. So the same thing is taking place from the fractions of light and the cymatic frequencies from the black sun is activating the planet Earth, which is the magnetic field, which is also known as the dodecahedron, that dematerializes the hexahedron cube system, which is connected to Saturn and the moon. I ain't trying to be fucking complex or nothing like that, but I'm just trying to, break it down the best way that I can, because, the information that they hide so much, they don't put none of this stuff in the books, bro. Like all this shit that, we talking about, they hide the information because they don't want you to understand that genetics, They don't want you to understand the genetics, theological context, quantum physics, metaphysics, mind science, technology, your chakra system. They don't want you to know that it all works in tandem with spirituality. Because in order to understand it, you got to understand the science behind it, right? So this is why they only hit you with surface level information. Because when you get into the science, that's when you get into the occult knowledge. When you get into the occult knowledge, then you can line it up with the astrology and cosmology. Everything is connected. So with that being said, everything as far as the black sun is operating off fractions of light, because we just had the April 8th solar eclipse. A lot of people thought that was a true solar eclipse. That was really the resurgence of the black sun. The black sun really just passed off energy to the sun simulator in the simulation. So that's what's happening right now.
Told y'all about that sun simulator. It ain't cap. It's real. You can go look it up on the sites. It's actually a real thing. But a lot of people love to, because it makes them feel uncomfortable, because it's fear mongering, because you a pussy and you scared.
And another thing with people, I'm gonna tell you something else. One thing with people, and especially with black people, if they don't understand something and if they never heard it before, they automatically, and by way of indoctrination, they're programmed to say that it's fake because they don't understand it. Just because your ass ain't read it before, you ain't heard it before, doesn't mean that it's not reality. You understand that? So a lot of people don't understand that phenomenon. When certain things take place, they automatically think like, oh, that's fake or that's cap. No, you cap. Because you didn't do the independent research. You didn't do your due diligence. Because like I said, this system is based on the fact that they make people intellectually lazy. They always want to do, everything is based on instant gratification. Instant gratification is the reason why everybody is, capped out. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why. It is what it is, bro.
Facts. I'm skipping some of this. Get this back right here, because we already just talked about everything they're going to be speaking about right here. All right, we're going to get to him.
Sun of illumination. This is because the number 7 represents the great expansion into the suns beyond the sun and the highest tiers of creation, which we are not even able to comprehend.
Section, that area, moving out of one age into the other age. And this is very important to know. Now, what you have to know is that you're going through a DNA change. Even as we speak, you're going through a DNA change.
Facts.
You're going to find certain things going to happen. You're physically and mentally going through a DNA change. This planet is going through a change, and we're part of this planet, and we are going through that change as well. You are going in an area where you're going to become telepathic as time goes on. You're going to be able to do things you wouldn't even imagine you're doing. You're on the road to it right now, but you never could just pick it up right away just like that to someone. Sometimes I find myself doing it when I don't even know I'm doing it sometimes. But it's going to be a time when we're going to be communicating telepathically. When they talk about the people at the tower spoke one language, that's back over here, that's a telepathic language. That's how they spoke one language. They were speaking telepathic. They was coming out of Noah time, so they were speaking telepathic. Okay, and they lost the language, it was scattered, and they have what we got now. Okay, and we're going back into telepathic. We have to understand this. It's very, very important to know this here, because you got to know all this when I tell you about this so you can understand it better. You got to know that you are gods. You are gods. It's no coincidence. It's meant to come here. You didn't grow up like no sale this and and like that, and somebody think come from all that nonsense. No, you came here. You're gods, and you came to take on this body, and you took on this body. You're gods. Don't let nobody tell you less than that. You're gods. Right now, you come into a time where this is what they call the dark age, the black age, the iron age. Part of iron, and that's feet, part of iron, part of clay. But you're talking about coming out of this age. Coming out of this age, you got to come out of this darkness. In other words, it's a spiritual way of seeing darkness. It's this blackness that's holding you back. The blackness is part that have warfare and all this deceit and mischief and all that stuff. You're coming out of that age into the age of light, what we call the Bronze Age, so you can move on up in a field, 6th dimension of consciousness. And these are the things that you and our young kids and ourselves is going to experience in our lifetime. And we need to see this. Just like someone was in the age of the horse and buggy, then they was the age of the aircraft and etc. You finna make that transition. And that transition gonna take you way further. And you ever imagine you could be not only for his inventions, etc., but physically, you're gonna be able to learn how to heal yourselves and not realizing that that's gonna happen, because the intelligence from the intuitive mind that's receiving knowledge from the Akashic records, that sun from Sirius shining 25 times the illumination of our sun, and once our sun come around that corner, when our sun and our earth come around that corner, you're gonna see Sirius where it's gonna be over here, and you'll see it on another graph, another thing when you see the full procession. But you'll see Sirius shining that light there, radiating that light as earth come toward and the sun come closer toward it. And this is what you have to see, but that you're not hearing this, and this is what this Bible is about. This Bible is telling you this kind of stuff. This is a hidden knowledge that's been hidden from you, hidden in darkness, hidden at this particular time of human history, in darkness, treasures of darkness, and you need to see that. Now,
you know what? You know what's crazy though? I spoke to Beta about this earlier, man, about telepathy. Like it's a big downfall with this telepathy shit though. I'm like on the edge, on the fence about it. I kind of don't, it might be a bad idea for our nostrils, because it's a lot of niggas out here that people that don't speak a lot and they keep all their wind in their mouth and it just festers, and then the moment they want to open their mouth and speak to you and let that toxic ass air out their mouth and their breath be stinking and shit. Right. I think it emanates from the throat. They really need like a throat brush, not a toothbrush. You feel me? Should be crazy. That's one of my pet peeves. I hate people with stink ass breath. Mm-hmm. And I think, with people not opening up their mouths to speak, that'll be a pandemic in itself. I'm just saying that. That's for the record. I put that on the record for me, y'all.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. But what he was saying, that's some real stuff, bro, because as far as like the telepathic abilities, bro, like back during the first sun cycle, everything was based on the fifth dimensional civilization, meaning that you had during the time period of creation, that's how the atmosphere looked. Everything was vibrating on the color spectrum of a green frequency, right? So what's happening is, as far as like your telepathic abilities, the reason we're not able to tap into that energy is because it's connected to the symbology of the Tower of Babel. When you look at the motor cortex gland of the brain, that is basically an emulation of the Tower of Babel. So when the motor cortex gland of the brain was broken down, that's when people started to be subjected to confusion, because they started speaking different languages, where you get the term Babel and Babylon. The Tower of Babel was basically the inception point. The breaking down of the motor cortex gland of the brain is when people started to babble. So that's what causes confusion. That's why you got different religions, you got different cultures, you got different forms of linguistics. People are, that's confusion, because there's only one reality. So that's how you know that we live in a dualistic paradox. Everything is operating in truth and lies, because somebody's lie can be the truth and somebody's truth can be the lie. But the only thing that can't be manipulated is reality, because if it's a state of existence, right? So that's why, like I said, all this stuff is based on confusion, you know what I'm saying, as far as, us speaking different languages. So our true language is telepathy, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta brush your teeth. Just because you ain't talking don't mean your ass can't brush your teeth no more. So when we get back to the energy of telepathy, you know what I'm saying, make sure
there's gonna be a lot of niggas. Hey, I don't even use this no more. So goddamn, fuck it, just let it go. That's crazy. Look, it's gonna be some people like that. We start speaking telepathy, like with telepathy. Yeah. That'd be crazy. But look, let's keep going. That shit crazy. I just had to bring that up because we gonna put that on the record, y'all. We gonna remember this day.
The shift is here, and you gonna keep on hearing me say it. The shift is here, and I know y'all feeling it. Yeah, you watching this video for a reason. I've been having this shift occur in my life ever since that solar eclipse. Even prior to the solar eclipse, leading up to the solar eclipse, it's been shifts. things changing, things happening. I ain't gonna speak too much on my personal experience, but what I've been noticing within my own reality, this ain't regular. This ain't normal. This is something different. And me, I'm the bridge between the physical and spiritual, so I know what's happening between y'all. I know what's happening with y'all. I know it. So what I'm gonna tell you is, for the ones that's actually watching this right now and you feeling that shift, make sure you taking extra care of yourself. Make sure that you are taking your your spiritual incarnation seriously. Make sure that you are taking care of yourself, and make sure that you are protecting yourself on multidimensional levels. Make sure that you are producing the energy that you need to produce in order for you to flourish in the way that you need to flourish for higher power. You know what I'm talking about. So make sure that you are on your P's and Q's. I'm talking about make sure that you are in alignment every day. Make sure your feelings and thoughts is in alignment with what you need to be producing. Because the shift is here. God is here. And with that being said, destruction is about to come. Destruction has been happening. So make sure that you taking care of yourself, because what's about to take place on this earth realm, you're going to need a strong soul, a strong spirit. I'm telling you, and you know what I mean. When you get it, the ones that get it, you get it. The ones that don't. We watch this video if you got to, but make sure you taking care of yourself, because I know you feel the shift. And I'm just a reflection to tell you this. Ain't nobody else told you, ain't nobody else reflected it to you. So make sure, because I feel it too. And I'm the bridge between the physical and spiritual, so I can articulate myself this way. Make sure you...
Do you know what this is?
If you don't know, you need to get familiar with it.
So I guess for the people that have a hard time believing, I guess these Schumann resonances and these frequencies and everything that you can actually see from a monitor, the government have these that you can go online and you can check it out. I mean, I guess, just everybody's just capping and we don't know what we're talking about, but let's keep building.
And quick, because times are changing and the energy of the planet is off the charts. And we're going to explain that to you.
This is the Schumann resonance. It measures the energies of the earth. It's also known as Earth's heartbeat.
The earth vibrates at I think it's a 7.8 hertz. And then it's the same vibration as our bodies. So whatever the earth is experiencing energetically, we're going to experience in our bodies too.
Typical energy on the Schumann resonance looks more like this bluish green area, okay? This right here, not normal.
Not normal. However, it's what we've been experiencing for the past couple days.
There's been a large influx of energy that has been coming into the planet. Not only is the earth feeling it, but we are also feeling it in our bodies as well.
So this is showing up in our bodies as insomnia. Some people are having a hard time waking up in the morning, like going into a deep sleep. Some people can't sleep. Some people are experiencing intense emotional release.
Also very vivid dreams, increased hunger and thirst.
Lack of motivation, feeling like I'm just drained with everything that I do, which isn't your normal. Random body aches and pains that don't really seem to have a cause.
Vibrating in the body.
Old illnesses returning, old memories returning, old issues resurfacing. So if you are experiencing any of these things and you can't figure out any other cause, what can you do about it?
Two of the most important things that you could be doing right now to help alleviate symptoms, signs and symptoms that you are having, protecting our energy.
We just launched.
We're
That's all I wanted from them two. But let me tell y'all something. It's let me tell y'all something, man. I see some y'all know I'm watching the comments. Y'all know what I do. I watch the comments. I'm reading what y'all got to say. It's a lot of people. See, y'all gotta go out there and put your feet in the grass, man, and meditate, do what you got to do, because some of y'all niggas ain't right, bro. Like, what we don't do on this channel is, if somebody believes in a particular thing, so if people on here and you believe in God and you go to church, I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you. Whatever you believe in, what you believe in, this is a free space here. I'm not going to be one of those people that's going to have a witch hunt and burn people on a cross because they believe in a particular thing. That's childish and it's stupid. I'm just letting y'all know that. And my security in here, the next motherfuckers here that's talking shit to other people about what they believe in, kick them out. We don't need you here. You can go sit your ass in the corner, bro. Like, you sit your grown ass in the corner here on live in front of everybody. Get your ass embarrassed. Don't nobody care. Let people believe what they want to believe. But at the end of the day, we just sharing information. And you niggas that want to come for me, I mean, you can't beat me up. So you might as well just leave me the fuck alone. I'm for real. Like, you see me in real life, I promise you, you would not. You won't even, bro. You probably want a picture. Stop. Get some help. You know what I'm saying? Relax. It's okay. We having a good time. Vibe out and have a good time, man. If you can't, it's not the door, but you get the fuck off the computer or your phone. Go to sleep. Let's get back to it though. You got something to say on this?
No, but as far as as far as the Schumann resonance goes from 7.83 megahertz frequency to 13.13 megahertz frequency, which is also known as gamma radiation, which is the cream mother seed. So that is basically the activation of the matriarch under a matrilineal system, where everything reverts back to natural order under natural law. So with that being said, that means that natural law in itself has a certain intrinsic phenomenon that sparks a certain consciousness on the planet, and it sparks a certain consciousness of everybody who has the carbon coating on their skin. When you're talking about the interstellar gateway, which is also known as the halls of Amenti, that goes through the Berkeley current that has a orgone energy. So that energy that's being projected out from the Schumann resonance, from the Aurora Borealis, one thing you got to understand about carbon is basically highly magnetic. So everything that collaborates with ether, you're getting all these energies from the Schumann resonance. You're getting all those energies from the Aurora Borealis. That's ether. Because ether, what it does is it sparks creation, or it could cause a form of destruction when it's amalgamated with certain elements. That's all I had to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Collective consciousness rises to unprecedented heights, and unity is forged from shared adversity. Beloved starseeds, your journey on Earth is one of bravery, courage, and immense spiritual growth. You have chosen to be here during these electric times to participate in this grand transition and contribute to the awakening of all. Your presence and efforts are invaluable, and the challenges you endure are not merely personal trials, but are integral to the collective expansion of consciousness. We in the High Council honor your courage, bravery, and patience. Your journey is a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the limitless potential of the soul. Know that you are never alone. We are with you, guiding and supporting you at every step.
An aura around our body, and it protects us from disease. Every human body is surrounded by an energy field. These magnetic fields are something you don't pay much attention to.
And this is backed by real science and doctors and stuff. So for you idiots that want to be talking about, oh, this is cap, it's not real. Yeah, okay, bet. You used to watch anime and they showed these niggas powering up and shit. They were showing it in your face this whole time and you didn't get it. But for us, man, we vibing out tonight, y'all. We understand what the hell. Let's keep building.
But the truth is that the entire survival of the individual depends on maintaining the integrity of this energy flow. Now, the moment we break the spiritual rules, we damage that magnetic flow. We have to observe the laws of nature, and if we don't, the magnetic field fails. It can be damaged by unbridled living. It can be destroyed by moods, attitudes, fear, complexes, alcohol, drugs, narcotics, all kinds of things. But if this field is damaged, it reacts immediately through the health of the individual. You must never allow yourself to develop attitudes that are incompatible with the integrity that nature has bestowed. Magnetic fields are absolutely honest. There is no way to make them dishonest. And if you respect your integrity, you will be full of energy, immune to infection, disease, and suffering.
Is your electromagnetic field. Your thoughts and emotions determine how strong this field is, and this is what they call your vibe. Your vibe is a vibration that you're casting out. Diseases and illnesses only exist on low vibrational frequencies. If you match that frequency, you will get that illness or disease. If you exist on a higher frequency, you do not match with them things on them lower frequencies. Your thoughts are electric, which are felt in the brain. Your emotions are magnetic, which are felt in the heart. Magnetism is always stronger than electricity. This is why your heart is 5,000 times magnetically stronger than the brain. Your heart literally has the language which speaks to the ether around you. Therefore, if you...
Yeah, I noticed how that shit is shaped around their body. What that looked like that I showed y'all like a few videos ago. It's an ovalate spheroid. What did they say that the earth is shaped like? Everything is not a coincidence that all these things are the same. What did they say? It's an ovalate spheroid with the hole in the middle, like a fucking donut. Look, we're gonna keep building though. Let's rock out.
Think and feel about the reality that you want, you're becoming that vibration. This is what they call a mindset. You got to set your mind to think and feel about the reality that you want, and you will attract it to you. This field also has 7 energy centers, which are called your 7 chakras. These centers are powered by the field. Therefore, if you're abusing these centers, like your root chakra, you will be pulling too much energy out of this field, which is lowering your vibration. We're literally an electromagnetic battery, and you can charge it by putting your feet on the ground, going next to trees, eating electric food like fruit and veg. People that you are around also has a massive effect on your field, so be careful.
The human body emits an electromagnetic field invisible to the naked eye. This field emanates from our heart center and extends 4 to 5 feet around the body. Each one of your cells holds 0.07 volts of electricity, and there are around 50 trillion cells in your body. That adds up to 3.5 trillion volts of electricity. In this, your body is like a nuclear explosion. The energy field emitted from your body is incomprehensibly powerful. The oscillating energy field around your body has a point that keeps you balanced, which is called the assemblage point. In a healthy, balanced person, this assemblage point is about 1 centimeter in diameter, going directly through their heart center. However, you can see imbalances in the body cause the relocation of this assemblage point. Dr. Angela Blaine was the first person to verify and measure the assemblage point scientifically. There have been many names for the field around us, such as subtle body, aura, or energy body. Monks, yogis, and Zen masters spend their entire lives trying to understand the metaphysical. It's time we do the same to tap into the 5D.
We have a very interesting subject this morning because it deals with one of the most curious and neglected areas of human research, and that is the magnetic fields, not only of man, but of the universe and of the smallest atom. Studying magnetism as it comes into the human body, we've discovered that each human body is surrounded by an etheric or energy field. This energy field is sometimes referred to as an aura, but it is not the true aura that we think of in metaphysics. This magnetic field is an area of energy. This area of energy forms an egg-like atmospheric sheath around the physical body, usually extending 3 to 5 feet from it in each direction. This energy field is the basis of virtue, because this energy field depends for its reality, its serviceability, and its protecting power to move emotion, thought, and the attitudes of the person around which this magnetic field is gathered. In other words, the individual, if they are normal, if mentally, emotionally, and physically, they're keeping the rules, this magnetic field forms a tremendous protection. It is normal, it is healthy, it is constantly able to handle infections and all kinds of difficulties. It will help to heal wounds, it will help to recover the use of functions and organs, and if we are deprived of some part of the body, it will try to compensate for it. As long as the individual takes proper care of his magnetic field, it will serve it. Now, this is a phase of morality that is generally overlooked. It is assumed that these magnetic fields are something you don't pay much attention to. They're there, maybe they'll help a little. But the truth of the matter is that practically the whole survival of the individual depends upon maintaining the integrity of this flow of energy into the magnetic field. This energy comes from the sun. It enters the individual through the crown of the head. It disseminates through the entire body, and it's excreted back again through the lower centers of the body and is recleansed by the solar energy. This is a kind of a little private tank or capsule of light that we are all carrying about with us all the time. Now, everything is energy. So we go back to the individual now, and we find him standing in the midst of his own magnetic field, with his structure protected by the constant radiating force of outflowing energy that vitalizes everything from the center outward.
You already know the legendary frog, what he here for. But look, y'all, you understand when they was talking about having a balance. I speak about balance all the time. You know, like you don't want to exhaust and be vibrating down here in the house. You know what I'm saying? You see a cool girl, you know how they do us men. If you're on Instagram, if you're on X, if you're on any of those things, what they gonna advertise towards us? They gonna put some big booty. What my boy Crick Matt be saying? He be saying big booty sitches. He don't, you know, big booty sitches. They put them on there in front of our faces. Don't be at home exhausting your resources. That's all I got to say. You know what I'm saying? Don't be, you know what I'm saying? Don't be vibrating down there for too long. Pause. You know what I'm saying? No Diddy. But you definitely got to have a balance. You know, it's not saying that you can't, you know what I'm saying, knock nothing down. It's just, you know, you have to have a balance in life. Life is about balance, you know, and that's all I got to say.
That's facts, because too much of anything is bad for you, because when you're subjected to low vibrational energies, that's when your chakra system is out of balance. So the whole epitome of alignment is when your chakra system is in alignment, to where you reap the benefits of certain energies. Because if your chakra system is out of balance, that's when you have a compromise in your morphogenetic field, which is connected to your cerebral spinal system, which is the foundation of your whole auric field. Your auric field is when you have electromagnetic force field around the body, due to the fact that you're in alignment, you're balanced, right? You're operating from a place of 0 point energy, right? So when you have holes in your auric field, this is where entities that don't take corporeal form, they can navigate and control you through your nervous system, right? Because your nervous system is connected to the whole flow of energy in your body. So which is why you have an auric field around the body, which is the toroidal field, where energy expands and returns to itself, right? It's a constant flow of energy. So if you're not in alignment, these entities can take over your physiology, whether you call them Zeta Reticulograys, where you call them Draconian reptilians, jinns, demons, whatever you want to call them, they can take over your physiology if you're not in balance. So that's why you guys got to be balanced. If you smoke too much, you know what I'm saying? You know, do everything in increments. If you drink too much, do everything in increments. Don't overdo everything, because that's where your chakra system gets out of balance. That's, as I was telling my brother earlier, you know, when we was on the phone, you know, too much of anything is bad for you. You know what I'm saying? Too much of anything is bad for you. So sometimes you got to use the matrix in order to get out. You know what I'm saying? To where you have a autonomous form of solitude and tranquility. But it all starts with balance.
Yeah. Let's get to it. What we got? This right here, I don't even know if I want to play this one fully through. You know what I'm saying? Basically, this is them getting pictures of our aura fields around us. So it's not a myth. If y'all want to watch it, y'all put those fire emojis if y'all really want to see it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But and smash that like button. Put them fire emojis and smash that like button. But you'll see the aura fields around the people. It's actually a real thing. They showed it in that movie, and y'all know it's a classic, The Last Dragon. When Leroy got down, they showed it in our face. They don't. What you thought they just imagined that? No, it's backed by science.
Facts.
It's backed by science, and they got a camera that can actually see the aura fields, because we can only see a certain type of light, a certain a ray of light of some shit like that. But you know, the camera can see a lot more than what we can. But the camera is what? A replication of what? Everything is a replication of our body. Everything that has to do with our biological being. A camera is a replication of our eyeball. Mm-hmm. But they know how to manipulate that lens right there to show different spectrums of light that we can't actually see. And they can actually see that. So when it's true, when we say, when you come around and you be like, damn, don't fuck up my vibe. That's why Kendrick Lamar's a conscious rapper, and how he just did Drake ass. You feel me? So it's like he said, please don't kill my vibe. But that's a real thing, because you can feel the vibe. It's more than just, you know, oh, you just don't like this person, or you don't like something that they're doing. No, you can feel it.
Facts.
You can feel it.
Facts. Because, you know, it's going back to when you was talking about photography in the camera or whatever. But, you know, since we had a low vibrational state, when you go to the book of Genesis, when he's talking about chapter 3, when Satan separated the intergalactic waters from the third dimension and created the firmament. When you have a firmament, that is basically an amalgamation of subatomic particles, which are basically forms of trapped light. It's energy fields of trapped light. So just like when you take a damn picture, what is called a photograph, photography, photo. Photo is a form of trapped light, which is photons. So when you trap light, that is basically creates physical matter. So that's why you're not able to see people's auras, because way before we had physical vessels, we were basically a human consciousness of orbs of light. We were just light beings, but this physical vessel was created due to the fact that we're spiritually trapped in the quarantine zone of a firmament, right? So when you, anytime you trap light, this is where you get inanimate objects. You get, books, and you got, cell phones and stuff like that. All that is condensed sunlight. Everything as far as a living entity on the planet, anything that's an inanimate object, it is basically carbon. Everything is carbon. Carbon is dark matter energy. Dark matter energy is what creates physical entities, basically, due to the trap light, photons.
Facts.
Feels about right.
You need to face the facts, Kevlar. You cannot stop me now.
It turns out what the ancient...
Hey, see, look, they've been showing us in our face, like I told y'all the whole time. And then look, even think about this as another treatment for like kidney stones and stuff like that. What are they using now? They're not going inside of the body and cutting you open anymore. They're using vibrations to break down the stones. They're using vibrations now. You can use they also understand that you can use vibrations to break down other things that I can't say the C word. I don't want to say the C word because then they're gonna say that like they attack Yaki. See, one thing is you have to understand the words that they use for the illnesses that they created are patented. And you can't speak on those words and say that you cure them, because then you're gonna be infringing on whatever the shit they got going on, and that's when they come attack you. Right. Those are names that they came up with, but these things can be healed by other means, so get out here, put your feet in the ground, man. Start eating a lot more natural, get some exercise, so your lymphatic system can, start working properly, so your body, so your frequencies can start to become more vibrant with the earth, and therefore we can become more able to like heal ourselves, because we're coming in a state of what? Balance.
Facts.
But it is what it is. Go ahead.
Because those frequencies in itself has a lot of healing modalities to them. So like I said, it's important that you do many different things that are very self-affirming. Go get massages, like she said. Go to the steam room. Go to the sauna. You got to unlock those energy blockages to where you have the endocrine system in alignment. The endocrine system is comprised of the hypothalamus gland, the thymus gland, and the thyroid gland. So one thing you got to understand about the thymus gland is connected to the heart chakra. The heart chakra is basically the epitome of your whole toroidal field, right? That's where all your energy comes from when you understand neurocardiology, because you have neurons from the brain inside or around the heart, the sequence of the heart. Because when you study ancient Cannibalism, we all know that the heart is actually the seat of the soul, right? So that means that the certain octave frequencies and vibrations from the planet, it amalgamates the heart chakra, right? So you got to be aligned here first. The heart is the first organ inside the body that was formed. So that means that the first brain is actually the heart. So one thing you got to understand, you got to get your heart in order to reap the benefits of evolution, right? That's why when you understand ancient Cannibalism, right? Kemetic science, they weigh the heart on the scales of what? Mayat, right? So you got to be balanced. You got to be operating from a place of 0 point energy in order to have the ability to detach from the system.
Facts. And like we're speaking on, look, practice what we preach. See, look, y'all can't come to me and say I ain't doing this shit. You see the big ass telescope in the back. You see, goddamn, look, tuning forks. You know,
Right.
I really do this shit. Like, I'm not just on here telling y'all something that I don't do for myself. Tuning
Right.
forks. Look, this is a whole massaging bed right here. This is cheap. I got this for like $100 on Amazon. Me and my old lady use this. I just gave her a massage the other day. We do this on each other. We do lymphatic sweeps and everything. We trying to keep each other here. And also do this to your significant other. And it don't even cost much. You ain't got to take your old lady to go get a massage. Learn, watch some videos on how to do this stuff and then implement it yourself. And guess what? Real talk, it'll bring you closer with your significant other. Y'all, it's bonding. You're sharing energy. You're healing. You have intentions when you're doing these things to each other. I have the intentions. If she's hurt, I want to heal whatever she has going on. It's all about your intentions and what you put your energy towards. You have to learn how to use your energy. Instead of talking about the energy, we use it. We use it for the things that we love and that we want to create and build. We were sent here to create and build. So therefore, I'm putting my intentions on healing her, whatever she got going in me, and we're keeping each other healthy, so we can be here for our children. And we can keep building, you know. So that's how we spread, you know, knowledge. We actually do these things. You can't get on here. A lot of people want to do these videos, like I keep saying, because they want to get monetary gains from it, but they're not practicing what they preach. They see an opportunity to get views, but we're gonna see how many of them gonna stick around when the viewership drop. Like, we got 4,000 people on here. I usually have like 13,000 or some shit. After I spoke about the Moors and shit, they shot me down, but I don't care. I'm gonna keep spitting the truth. I'm showing y'all what I actually really do in my real life, and this is the shit that I really do, and I care about this shit, and I want y'all to do the same. It's gonna bring you closer with your significant other and yourself, and you get to understand yourself a little bit more. I'm telling you, it works.
That's
but go ahead if you got something.
Because the divine feminine energy and divine masculine energy is supposed to be working in synergy like a machine in a factory, right? You think for her as she feels for you. So when you think for her and she feels for you, that puts both of y'all in a state of evolution to where y'all become balanced and equally yoked as one, to where y'all heal each other. So bro is right about the thing that he was saying, as far as, you know, the whole healing apparatus when you're talking about the spiritual modalities of healing one another in a relationship.
Right. And I seen something that I agree with that you posted about how you take a lot of men can't deal with women that they say are masculine. They're really not masculine. They just haven't been taken out of that capacity yet. You know, they don't feel safe because they're in fight or flight. So once you can show her, give her that security, bro, your life would be a lot more easy.
Facts.
Real talk, because you ain't got to worry about her arguing with you and shit, because she's gonna have a whole nother respect for you. And it's not even saying that you have to give her money, nothing. It's about the simple things. It's about treating her right. And when you do that, it's like it's the balance to be set. Y'all take care of each other. You got each other's back. If somebody shoot at y'all both shooting back.
Facts.
But no, I just gave you the example, real shit, like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the bond to be created. Therefore, you taking her out of that capacity where she feel like she got to step up and be dominant. Now she can nurture. So when y'all start a business, she'll have you. She'll file all the paperwork. She'll get all that other shit done that we, us men, most of us don't like to do. Nigga, I don't like to do paperwork. I don't like to do none of that shit. I don't have to do it because she'll do it for me naturally because she know I don't want to do it.
Yep.
Because she there for me like that. It's all about balance, y'all. But look, we're gonna keep building. Do we got something else to show on here?
Yeah, I think we got some slides, but yeah, as far as what you said, the inception point of all that, y'all gotta have a mental connection. If y'all don't have a mental connection, you know, all the benefits of, you know, the spiritual connections, you're not gonna reach that level. You gotta have a mental connection first.
Yeah, for sure. Take her out of that fight or flight. Is up from there. That's why, for instance, I'm giving an example like Gucci Man. he gave she flipped that shit for him.
Yep, she did though. She did.
She held his ass down. That's one thing I can give. I hope it's the real Gucci, because you know what I'm saying, she did him right. If that's so, she did her damn job. She did her damn thing. You gotta give her nothing but respect.
He eating healthy. He was in the gym. She put him on a path of evolution. So, like I said, sometimes in order for the divine masculine, in order to reach the apex of his higher self, sometimes he needs his divine feminine in order to put him in a state of evolution like that. So that's right.
Right. Oh, I appreciate you, Renee. V, Blue, I appreciate y'all. Poncho, I be locked in sometimes. I don't be noticing them, but I definitely appreciate y'all. Don't forget, we still doing the giveaway on the 24th. Doing the giveaway on the 24th. We're gonna be live with it. I'm giving away a couple bands. Well, we'll see. Over a band, especially to the top tier group. But yeah, I think we got these other clips. You want me to pull them up for you?
Yeah. Well, I think we had like some stuff from the public. Well, we still got this stuff right here.
Oh, okay. All right.
We're trying to tell us is that Earth is actually made up of two planets, one 6,000 years old and the other 4.5 billion years old. And these two Earths are of different energy states. One is a very high energy state, one a low energy state. In the scriptures, they're called a spirit Earth and a temporal Earth. One day, this day, right now, the 21st century, they would come apart.
Now, what do you mean come apart? Physically?
Yes, physically, the higher vibrational Earth would become dissident with the lower vibrational Earth, and they would separate, just like the human spirit separates from the human body. Earth is about ready to either go through birth or go through death.
Am I the only one that thinks Usher looks a bit off? And it's not the black fingernail polish, and it's not the rose dripping blood red droplets from its petals. It's, you look quite serious, but not just that. You have an interesting set. You have an interesting choice of jewelry, Usher. Bedazzled yourself in it. And I love the blood red gemstone underneath the O. That explains it. Hey, Oprah. If none of you are informed of what's going on with Usher and Diddy and Bieber, watch Jaguar Wright's interviews, and they're very informative.
So I'm gonna end it right there on that topic right there with the Usher thing. Usher, like they said, these frequencies are being what? Ushered in?
Yep. Figuratively.
Yeah, for real. They being ushered in, and guess what? We have Usher. Remember what this nigga said in front of everybody about the devil? Remember he said that shit about the devil, man? And then all of a sudden, what did they say about the frequencies to come in? Certain entities are going to be revealed, and others aren't going to be able to hold their forms because they walk amongst us. They're not going to be able to hold their forms. So if you think about it, I don't know exactly if he is a demon, but I think it's a reference towards the changing of the times and a lot of things being revealed. If you notice, if you looked at his eyes, they were very pitch black. They're contacts. You know, it's all about symbolism and what's going on. If he's not a demon, it's a reference of a demon. He just told y'all publicly that he worshiped the devil,
basically.
And then you see him do this. Like, it's crazy.
Hey, could you pull up to where he got the picture of him with the rose?
Oh, okay. Hold on. I got you.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think that might be towards the end. There you go.
See, now when you understand the occultic information of the Freemasonic order, that is basically the rose he's holding is basically a branch of a secret society called the Rastafarians, which is the propagation of the Order of the Rose. The Order of the Rose, that whole principle came from ancient Babylon, right? Which is also a form of sexual degradation and sexual proclivities that take place within the Freemasonic lodges when you get into the higher degrees of the York Rite or the Scottish Rite. And then you got the black nails, which is also a phenomenon that they was practicing during the times of the Assyrian Empire, which is also a branch of the Babylonian Empire. So all these things in the music industry and the movie industry and all these celebrities, they're basically proxies for Freemasonic groups, subgroups, or secret societies, right? So when you're talking about demons and jinns and stuff like that, what happens is when you're going through a ritualistic process, when you're trying to join a higher order of Freemason or when you're trying to join a secret society, you got to go through a vago-vaso process. You got to go through Jacob's ladder. You got to go through all these rituals, because these rituals put you at a low vibrational state. And when you're at a low vibrational state, that's when these entities is able to take up on your physiology and carry out certain agendas within the industry that controls the masses, because everybody has an emotional connection to these celebrities. So if you're following the celebrity, you're actually following the demon that controls the celebrity by way of the ritual that they went through during a process of when they're trying to reach fame and get, you know, a certain financial status.
Somebody said Usher is Doja Cat. I hope not. I hope not, because I done looked at that ass many times. I hope that's not Usher. Don't say that in the chat, man. I'm gonna ban you.
Man. Oh my God. But yeah, and also the red ruby, that is also a representation. When you look at celebrities with the red ruby on their fingers or on their diamonds and stuff like that, the red ruby is also a signification of blood sacrifice or blood oath, which is connected to the cabal. Basically, the cabal is comprised of the deep state shadow government that controls your celebrities. So that's what, you know, the red ruby is all about. Blood sacrifice, adrenochrome, loosh. We're gonna get into that as we get through the presentation.
Yeah, I remember Loosh, right? Like when them niggas, hey, look, they know what Loosh is, but you know, hey, B-Dell gonna break it down a little bit more for y'all what Loosh is. You want me to go to the documents?
Yeah, it don't matter. Yeah, we can go to the documents.
Gotcha.
Now, these are the documents that I pulled from Dr. Malachi Z. York's publication. This is basically the principles of the Sufi order of the Sons of Green Light, which is the spirit of Melchizedek. So in order to reap the benefits from these energies that's coming from the Northern Lights, you got to go through a process of self-realization, which is where you become a neophyte, to where you become an adept, to where you become a master. You cannot become a master until you understand the art of detachment, right? So that's what this is all about. The planet is ascending. Everything is going back into 0 point energy. That's where you get your whole concept of a reset. Everything is resetting. So if the planet is resetting, the system is resetting, your whole biological vessel is going to reset as well, right? And I'm glad you said Jesus is king in the chats, because when you understand etymology, the word Jesus comes from the word Jesus, which means gas. That gas is actually ether. That ether is basically the personification of Tahuti, who was Thoth, who was Melchizedek, or Quetzalcoatl, right? When you understand the Aztecs and the Mayans and the mythology of it, and it's all connected to the olfactory nerve in the brain, which is also known as the spirit of Melchizedek. So in order to reach the benefits of those energies, you got to go through a preparation for self-realization initiation process, right? Meaning that you got to subjugate the ego. You got to have an ego death, because your ego is what keeps you stuck here. That is the sleep spell of Leviathan. Leviathan that connects you to the sleep spell of King Gu, which is the energy of the moon that keeps you in a perpetual state of reincarnation. Your ass is supposed to die and never come back, right? Your soul's supposed to ascend. When you die and come back, when you're in a state of reincarnation, that's like failing the that's just like failing the 8th grade and having to do the 8th grade all over again. That's not supposed to happen. That's what reincarnation is. You're supposed to die and ascend off this plane. You're supposed to go into the 5th dimension, which is also known as the magnetosphere, where you have the Aurora Borealis. Because when you study cosmology and astronomy or whatever, the whole phenomenon of the Aurora Borealis is, you know, the color spectrum of it is green. But we know when you study ancient Kemet and ancient Cannibalism, the frequency and the energy of the soul is actually green. So that's why I said this book is also it works in tandem with everything we're talking about, because, you know, the Sufi order of the Sons of Green Light, that is the activation of the soul. So that's how the Northern Lights basically correlates to everything in this publication right here. Yeah, so yeah, this is the book right here called The Ancient and Mystic Order of Melchizedek. When you understand neurophysiology, the olfactory nerve in the brain, is Melchizedek. Melchizedek is the true Lord of the Bible. Melchizedek is Tahuti, Thoth, Enki, right? So a lot of people don't understand what's taking place on the planet because they don't understand the titles of the mythology that's connected to these certain individuals. The Bible, when you read it from, when you're not reading it like a child, see, that's the thing about religion. My problem with religion is that people, especially Christians, they read the damn Bible like it's a children's book. You know what I'm saying? They read it like it's an ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. It has nothing to do with that. The Bible is talking about your chakra system. The Bible is talking about genetics. The Bible is talking about an ascension process that correlates with your genetics, right? But you got to understand the science of it, right? You got to go, that's where you got to read other publications in order to get that knowledge. And then when you go to this part of the book, it's called the latent powers. The latent powers is basically, like I said, your chakra system is the epitome of your auric field. So if your chakra system, one of your chakras is out of balance, like if a person watched too much porn, or if they masturbate too much, or if a person eats too much, your chakra system is out of balance. So when you have your chakra system out of balance, this is when these entities can infiltrate your auric field, which you see around the person right here. When you have holes in your aura, because your aura is basically a protectorate from the universe to protect you from entities, these interdimensional parasitical entities. That's what it's basically used for. So it's important that you read that book by Dr. York called The Spirit of Melchizedek. And then, like I said, it all correlates with the Aquarian age. We in the age of the true light. Just like I was telling my homie Dre over the phone when we was talking earlier, the age of the true light is basically a transmutation process by going from the Alpha Draconis star system to the star Polaris. The star Polaris is the star outside of the dome, which is the true sun, the true spiritual sun. The true spiritual sun is what operates on fractions of light that basically exposes everything in the simulation. So that's why Cat Williams said in 2024, everything is going to get exposed because the North Star is connected to the Aquarian age. When you look at the symbol of the Aquarian age, it shows you Tahuti or Thoth or Osiris, whatever you want to call them, it's the same entity. It's pouring a pitcher of water over the planet. The pitcher of water is cosmic radiation. That cosmic radiation is gamma radiation. Gamma radiation is basically extracted from the Aurora Borealis, which is also known as the Northern Lights, that gives an upgrade to the planet. So that's pretty much all I have for those slides right there.
Yeah, y'all. So how y'all feeling? Did y'all get anything from this conversation we having tonight? Any questions y'all want to ask in the comments? We looking at y'all right now.
Yeah, we can do some questions. Oh, I know one thing I can reiterate as far as like I said on my broadcast tonight on my channel, I had a video that I just put up. One thing about Christians and especially preachers, you know, they went to seminary school. They don't understand the diametrical difference between God with a capital G, God in all lowercase letters, and God with a capital G with lowercase letters. They basically think that's the same entity, but it's not. God in all caps, that is basically the epitome of the Most High. God with a capital G and lowercase letters, that is basically a nomenclature title for Enlil, who is Yahweh, who is Moloch, who is Baal, who is also Satan. So when you look in the Bible, God with a capital G and lowercase letters is all out the Bible. That is basically Satan. So that's why when you go to Corinthians 4:4, it tells you that Satan is the God of this world. When he's not the God of the universe, the God of this world means that he's the God of this simulation and trapped inside of the firmament, right? So that's why I tell people, you got to understand, because Yahweh and Enlil and Satan is the same entity. Study the Tetragrammaton. YHWH translates to agreeable and disagreeable, which is half Anunnaki, half Draconian reptilian. Basically half cherubim and half seraphim. So, like I said, man, people just got to do their own independent research and stop believing in these preachers and these damn pastors, because Pastor Porkchop gonna mislead you every damn time. You know what I'm saying? He gonna mislead you every time.
Right, exactly. I mean, but look, like I told y'all, like how I grew up, man. Like you already know, like I grew up in the church. See, the way that we need to be looking at information, I recommend anyway, is we look at everything. We have to have a certain level of discernment too, as well. And like we were talking about, the frequencies and everything, how it affects our body, we can feel a lot of things. We can feel the vibe. You can feel the vibe when you read a book. You can feel it when you're being lied to. Like when we grew up in class and they lied to us and they was telling us certain things about our history and we knew it not to be true.
Facts.
We knew it not to be true. It never resonated with me. They made me sit down. You know how traumatic that is for kids to sit down knowing that you know about yourself and you can see around you that it's not like that and it's not possible that these things happen, but they telling you that it happened. And now all of a sudden they don't speak about these things anymore because they lied to all of us. That's why when I grew up, we have a certain level of discernment. When I grew up, I didn't hate people. I hated nobody. I didn't hate nobody for believing in a certain religion. I didn't hate nobody for, believing what they believe in, dating who they date. I don't care about none of that shit because I knew that we were being lied to from the beginning. So as a group, as a unit, everybody on this planet, no matter how you feel, we on this rock together, nigga. Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
We got to find some way to get along. Why should you care about what somebody else is doing with their life, man? When you have your own to live, we're here for our own specific reasons, and we know that shit internally. So therefore, we have to transmute all this information that we have into the best possible outcome that we can possibly have together. You know what I'm saying? And that's respecting each other. So as we go on this journey seeking information, this group of people, I love y'all. We definitely taking those strides in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? No matter if you believe in God, if you believe in this, eventually you'll find your way with a certain level of discernment. I'm not here to push nothing on you. B-Dale's not here to push nothing on you. We're just here to have these conversations, and this is amazing that we can do this.
Yep, that's a fact.
I'm not gonna be at a million subscribers right now. It's because I'm getting suppressed right now.
Yeah, like you said, the algorithm got to go through that process, bro. You're right.
It's a shift. The algorithm is going through a process. So basically what's happening is, and it's amongst other things too, when I speak about certain things, they'll throttle me. But, I've been on YouTube for a while. See, out with the old, in with the new. So therefore, they're not recommending me anymore. So that's why I be telling you, I smash that like, but they're not recommending me no more. But other people that's trying to do my content with newer channels, they recommend them because it's a cycle. I'm not mad at it. It's just the way it is with these people. What good is it gonna do to make me mad? But have y'all notifications on so I can get these videos, man. We got way more content to come. I'm not gonna stop. Eventually, I will be off of YouTube. I say about 5-10 years, maybe. I'll be done. I'll be done.
We want to answer some of their questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. I don't see none.
Yeah, so many fakes out here. I see you. Yep. I just like the hat. I don't drink this shit, y'all. I just like the hat, bro. Like that's it. I'm a happy dad, dude.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, yoga is not satanic at all. It's not demonic, because yoga in itself has a lot of healing modalities or whatever. Because one thing you got to understand is you got to understand the hierarchical chain of command of spirituality. First, you got ancient Cannibalism. Then after that, you got Buddhism. You got Taoism. Then after that, you got Babylonian principles. And then after that, you got Satanism. Then Babylonian principles. And then you got Catholicism. Then you got Christianity, the Protestant Church, and then you got Islam. So a lot of the yoga, and all that stuff comes from ancient Kemet, which also was connected to Buddhism and things of that nature. So it's not satanic. So it didn't come from Babylon. Yoga did not come from Babylon. It didn't come from Catholicism, because Catholicism and Christianity ain't nothing but watered down Satanism when you understand the inception points of where religion came from.
So let's talk about this this black.
No, we can't. Don't talk about that on here.
Oh no.
And you know they
Let me
they
ta-
take
let me
they
let me
take
take
your,
that shit off. Look, I'm already in trouble, y'all.
take your channel down, bro. Yeah.
I'm already in trouble.
Uh,
Okay.
the,
Yeah, so
the,
they don't want to talk about that. I
no,
damn, that's crazy. I was
the,
thinking about doing a whole video on it.
no, ooh, that would have took your damn channel. They take your channel for that, bro. I'm telling you, they don't want
That's
nobody knowing
crazy.
about that. But the Chronos Visor is basically
That's crazy.
it's a device that they have inside the Vatican that has the ability to project certain things in the past, and it takes you into the future. It's basically it goes through an interstellar gateway in a dimensional portal in the mind to where it can show you certain things that's going to be taking place in the future and what happened in the past. It can take you on many different timelines. That's what the Chronos Visor is. Because if you understand the word Chronos on it, right? Because the word Chronos comes from the word chronology. Chronology is a form of time. So you're able to go up in time and back in time in order to see Visor what happened or what's going to happen in the future or what happened in the past.
BDL, can you go over to Comedic Power Station and what it's about? Dre had it on one of his recent.
A lot of people say that the pyramids are basically kinetic power stations because kinetic power stations have a certain kinetic ability that's connected to the dodecahedron of the planet, which is also known as the magnetic field. So it's basically like the when the pyramids are actually turned on, when they have the gold capstone, because gold is a highly conductor of electricity. When you have those pyramids turned on, what happens is it can basically create a phenomenon on the planet. Like I said, the Aurora Borealis, it can create that green Ethereum energy all over the planet.
Is Romeo and Juliet about the Anunnaki and reptilian?
I don't know about that. That's new information to me. Like I said, I'm not one of those people where I castigate information, but I've never heard of that. I might look into it. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. That's interesting. Let's see. I'm an ex-Mason art. That's a little long question.
All right, I'm gonna break down God and God again. God with in all caps is the Most High. God with a capital G in lowercase letters, that is Satan. So when you go to the H1408 Strong Concordance, when you look at the word God with a capital G in lowercase letters, it equates to the word Gad, G-A-D, which is a derivative of the word Gandriel. It's a prefix of it. Gandriel in the book of Enoch is another title for Satan, right? So like I said, you got to stop people as far as like Christians, y'all got to stop reading stuff and thinking everything is the same, bro. Like you got to study the words. You got to break down etymology, right? Because, you know, you're going to be misled every time if you don't do your own independent research.
Facts.
Melchizedek is a spirit. It's the Christ consciousness. Melchizedek is connected to the olfactory nerve. The olfactory nerve is what gives the electromagnetic power to the brain, to where you get the Christ consciousness, right? Which is the hypothalamus gland, which is also known as the master gland that powers up the third eye.
Is astrology satanic?
No, it's not. I don't know where they got that from. Astrology is not, you know, the 12 zodiacs is basically talking about the 12 cranial nerves in the brain, and the sun is the pineal gland. Just like when you go in court, everything is a form of masonry that works in tandem with the logistical order of the universe. Just like when you go in court, you got the judge represents justice, which is Jesus, which is also known as the sun. Then you got the 12 jurors, who are the 12 disciples, or the 12 planets, or the 12 zodiac signs. Same thing.
Damn, I'm so far up. Hold on. What does the order of Melchizedek mean? Okay, you answered that one.
The Elohim is basically the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki when you break down the etymology of the word Anunnaki, it means those sent by Anu to Ki. Ki means Kai. Kai is planet Earth, right? So the Anunnaki, you have two different factions. You got the cherubim and the seraphim in the Bible. The cherubim are the agreeable Anunnaki. The seraphim are the ones that, when you read the book of Enoch, they were casted out by going against the galactical order of Anu. So 1/3 of the galaxy was casted out to planet Earth. First, they was casted out to planet Saturn, which is also known as Satan, which is also known as the land of Nod, because they don't have a homeland, because they don't belong to this planet. So that's where you get the term. So the seraphim of the Bible, no, the cherubim of the Bible comes from, is connected to the Nephilim. The Nephilim, when you understand the word, the etymology, it comes from the word Nephala. Nephala is fallen angel. The 200 fallen angels. The 200 fallen angels that was kicked out with Enlil. So the cherubim are the bad ones and the seraphim are the agreeable. Because the seraphim, when you get the word serpent, because when you have the endocrine system in alignment in your chakra system, the serpent within you is where you get your knowledge and wisdom, where you get the Christ consciousness, to where you're vibrating on the same frequency as the Elohim. That's why that's why people be like, oh, we gods. We actually are gods, because we're a microcosm of the macrocosm.
I like this one right here is because you already know, like this is why it's important for us to go out here for sure. Like we already stated in other videos too.
Yeah,
we got plans. We're gonna go and see these, like even the mounds. Like we're gonna go see all of these. Try to anyway, to do our due diligence, because a lot of people, like Billy Carson, he has it. They can go out there to these other countries and check that stuff out. That's cool too. But I think we need to focus on what's happening here, and I think that's cool that y'all want to see us go do this stuff. We can bring y'all the information, and y'all know we ain't gonna hold no punches.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
that's a Sedona vortex. It's a very high intrinsic landmass of spirituality, because there's a certain spiritual apparatus in that phenomenon that takes place there. Everything as far as like the Grand Canyon and places like the Sedona vortex or whatever, there all that stuff, they have an interstellar vortex portal. It can take you into the space-time continuum, literally. That's why they hide those energies over there.
And this thing is going. I can't even click it.
The big secret is that the carbon body is actually the epitome of creation. For those who understand what I'm talking about, they understand. Oh, go ahead.
Do you think the spiritual war that goes on is the God seed versus the serpent seed?
No. See, he's misinterpreting the serpent, because, like I said, the serpent energy is a form of wisdom. That is the seraphim. The seraphim is connected to the seeds of Enki. So the seeds of Enki is basically a derivative of God in all caps, who is also Anu. That's why I said we are microcosm of the macrocosm. So the serpent energy, when you understand the mythology in the Garden of Eden, the serpent was actually Enki. You needed to bite the fruit in order to get the wisdom, to know that you're basically a slave in order to disconnect from the subordinate energy that was propagated by Enlil, right? God of the Bible, I don't care what nobody say, do your own research. You know what I'm saying? God of all religion is actually Satan, because it all has a veneration for the cube of Saturn. The cube of Saturn is what keeps you locked in Metatron's cube, that extracts your energy in the form of loosh, that keeps you here. Religion is to keep you in a perpetual state of reincarnation. That's hell. That's the demiurge. I've heard of it. I've never read it.
Yeah, me neither.
Now, I have a Freemasonic Bible. Everybody should get one of those.
Have you heard? Hold on, let me show this one. Damn, this chat is moving.
I swear.
I can't even click the thing. But I'm trying to click it. I'm having a hard time right here.
No, the Book of Enoch is actually real. It was redacted in 1408 because Thomas Arundel, during the time period, he was hired by the Vatican to basically redact the Book of Enoch from the Bible, basically. because it basically gives you the intrinsic evidence talking about extraterrestrial life forms on the planet. So that's why the Vatican, they just put out a publication talking about they're going to have an announcement on May 17th talking about apparitions and things of that nature. Apparitions is a form of a supernatural entities, right? You have parasitical interdimensional entities, then you got entities that's outside of the firmament. They know that this stuff is real. So that's why I said it was redacted out of the Bible in 1408.
Hey, we can't make this stuff up. Look, I showed them that on last video. That they was talking about that. Like it's crazy. It's right there in our face. And a lot of people, I say the pussy people out here in the world, yeah, out here saying that, oh, this is fear mongering. But they're telling y'all this. Nigga, it ain't my fault that you scared of lizards and demons. I'm not. I'm not one of those, bro. I don't live in fear. I don't, bro. You can't kill me. That's the thing. You can't kill me. I'm good.
That's facts, bro.
I know who I am, nigga. I'm powerful. It's cool. It is what it is. We can't live in fear, bro. Like that's you're trapped. You're getting trapped. Yeah, that's how they steal your power away from you. You live in fear.
Yep.
But this is the truth.
We were talking about that fear. You know what I'm saying? As far as fear, as far as when you understand the astrological narrative of the sun's precessional movement and the precessional circle, the Alpha Draconis star system was basically the foundation of the age of Aries, Pisces, and Taurus. That is patriarchy. Patriarchy is the foundation of draconian law. Draconian law is basically a derivative of ecclesiastical law in the Bible, to where they push fear in the media and they push fear in the religion. They push fear because the archons, when you study Gnosticism, they're able to feed off your energy, which is a form of loosh. Your loosh is basically spiritual adrenochrome. That's what it is. So when you're in a state of fear, that's when these entities can basically feed off your energy. That's what it's about. So that's why I said the religion in itself, Satanism. I don't care what nobody say, because these entities, they want to keep you in religion so they can feed off your energy. Literally.
Facts. He said, so who's going Neo?
The Neo is nothing but the neocortex of the brain, which is connected to the cerebellum. So like I said, in order to connect with that frequency, a lot of people don't understand, as far as like people in Christianity and stuck in religion, they don't understand the whole concept of what it means to be holy. You can't be holy until you become a whole brain thinker. Father, Son, Holy Ghost. All right. Those are the degrees. That's why when you going through the process of graduation, when you have your tassel at one side and you switch it to the other, you raise up a degree. You raise up in frequency, mental frequency. So in order to be holy, it starts with the mind first. That's the Christ consciousness.
Facts. 3. Do you think Thoth is Jesus?
Yeah, you can say that, because I told you the word Jesus comes from the word Jesus, which is gas. That gas is ether. And the ether in itself is a form of thought. Thought is connected to the word Thoth. Thought, Thoth. It's an anagram.
Hold on, what somebody say?
What did he say?
Stop meditating and taking DMT. I stopped meditating, taking DMT. Okay, that's what's up.
Yep, Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12, the world be given to the hands of the wicked. So that's how you know if the world's been given to the hands of the wicked is the one who controls the religion. So if you follow the religion of the ones who control the religion, what does that say about you? You following Satan, right?
Some people, like, y'all hear one thing. I see you in the comments. Y'all know I'm watching the comments, man, but it's okay. We're here for y'all. Don't take this and you automatically, you hear one thing. I don't understand how some people do that. You will hear a straight up answer, and then you would say some bullshit right behind it. Like, so all right, so you said Jesus, all right, Thoth. and then somebody would say, "Oh, so Thoth is like the devil or some shit." Like he didn't just.
No, Thoth, like people get mixed up in mythology. That's all it is. It's really talking about elements, genetics, neurophysiology. That's what it's talking about.
No, I'm just on the point where you can hear one thing and a straight up answer and the motherfucker run with it a different way. It's just crazy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that shit just crazy. That shit blows me.
That's why I tell people, this system in itself propagates the energy of people being double-minded. When you're double-minded, that means you're confused.
It's like, don't be afraid to embrace the nuances in the world when you start to discover new information. I would say personally, don't believe what nobody's saying. You can take this, you can jot down notes, and then you can go reference and find the information for yourself and see what you find. That's what I do for myself. Like me and B-Dale, yeah, I rock with B-Dale, but we can talk about certain things. We don't have to agree with each other.
Mm-hmm.
I will go look up some things that I don't necessarily believe that he say, and then I find out for myself. That's not going to change my opinion on him. We gotta raise that level, and that's talking about raising our vibrations, and that's like embracing our brothers and our sisters. Like just because we don't agree with certain things don't mean that it has to be something bad, man.
That's facts. Somebody in it, like I love like your chat, man, because they giving me, because I know a lot of people they don't understand how the political infrastructure of the socio-political aspect of civics works in conjunction with Christianity. And so when you understand the word Christian, right, where did it come from? A lot of people don't know where the word Christian comes from. When you go to the G3526 Strong Concordance, the word Christian translates to the word black. Black is a nomenclature title that takes you out of your sovereign and your spiritual capacity that connects you to the 1724 Black Christian codes. So when you're talking about the word Christian or the word Christ and Lord is not the same thing. Lord is a nomenclature title. A Lord is a person who is basically an overseer. That's why I said you got to get a Black's Law Dictionary, 3rd and 4th edition. When you call a person a Lord, right? The Lord is basically it's a Babylonian term, right? Christ is a certain consciousness. It's an energy. Lord and Christ are not the same entities. So that's why I said people who are stuck in Christianity, you got to start breaking down these words and know where they come from. Because Lord in the political system, y'all like your landlord, like a lawyer. When you look up the word lawyer in a Black's Law Dictionary, a law dictionary, the word lawyer is Lord. So Christ is not Lord.
He said it sound like that's funny. It sound like jail yard information. That's funny as hell. He said something like that. But look, real talk though. No, it do be sounding kind of crazy sometimes until you look that shit up for yourself. That's why we say look it up.
Just get a Black's Law Dictionary, bro.
It sounds crazy. I get it. But yeah, look that joint up, bro. Like real talk. Look it up. Just like they call us sea monsters and all this other shit,
Mm-hmm.
It's a reason why. Don't we kind of look like sea monsters when we in the fucking in our mama's stomach at first?
Yeah.
Like think about it. Then you turn into a fucking lizard. Then we have a reptilian brain, and you start looking all this shit up. It's really in our bodies. It's true, nigga.
Yes, facts.
Like what? Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
We're not crazy. That's not a conspiracy. It's real.
Exactly. That's why I tell people all the time, man. People, just people in general, what I'm saying, if they never heard it before, or if they never read it and they never came across of it, they automatically think it's fake. That's right. Indoctrination.
Some people are a little bit off. Like if you pay attention to certain people, I pay attention to everything at one time. Mm-hmm. See, I see the broader spectrum. Some people, when you pay attention to them and you talk to them, you'll see certain people they turn their ear towards you. If they trying to understand what you're saying, that's because that's an automatic, like that's a reptilian response. We have those body parts in us. When a lizard is trying to understand something or hear something, don't they turn their ears? Look at certain people is weird as fuck. They got more of something than others.
That's facts.
Some motherfuckers born with tails and all this other shit. It's out here. It's real
Yep.
shit.
Yeah, so a lot of people was born with tails, and a lot of people. One thing about I hate about the propagation of Western civilization, they give off this ideology that everybody's the same. Everybody's not the same. That's a lie. Because if that was the case, you wouldn't have different blood types. You got certain demographics of people who don't have internal monologue. You got certain demographics of people that will genetically splice into existence. Everybody is not the same, right? So that's how you know that we live in a inverted system. You know, certain things that's meant for another race is not meant for the same race. Everything is not universal. You know what I'm saying? You don't take no motherfucking Honda Accord oil and put it inside a BMW. You're gonna fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? So that means that, you know, you got certain demographics that should have a certain diet, and other demographics should have a certain diet, and things of that nature. Everybody's not the same.
No, and that's why, you know, they got certain studies out here to say eat for blood types. You know, why do you think certain blood types can donate to others and others can't donate to others? You know, like it's a weird dynamic. If we were all the same, we had the same blood type. If we were all the same, we would think the same. We would eat the same. Some of us, like, it's a melting pot here. And what you have to understand is that we all are here for one particular reason or another. Because at this point, nigga, we're all here. And it's okay to be different. Everybody in my friend group is a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way I like it. You know, I don't, Laura, we all bring something different to the table. That makes you more well-rounded. I learned something from everybody around me. If I can't learn anything from you at my big age, nigga, you can't be around me. I don't have time to sit here. How many of y'all, like, real talk, let's have a real one. How many of y'all now have people that you went to high school with that are still going out here traveling to everybody's city, turning up, drinking in their 30s, and you know that they work a particular job where you know that it don't really, like, how are you getting this money to take these trips and you make $30,000 a year? But you turning up, you got this car, they living above their means, they're trying to show out for the internet, but therefore, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not able to grow mentally because they're still trapped in a high school brain. There's a separation between us. There's a difference. There's a reason why certain people will come on these videos and say stupid shit in the comments, because you're still trapped in high school in an adult body.
Facts.
You know, we're different. We're different. Like I'm just talking about the dynamics of people. We're different. That's a big divide right there. They're talking about the great split or whatever. Nigga, yeah. Y'all stuck and we up out of there. We're building.
Leveling up, bro.
We're leveling up, man. We ain't got time to keep vibrating low down here, man. And you wonder why most people sit around and talk about other people's, like these celebrities, their finances. Oh, did you see how much LeBron James made on his new contract and shit? And that's all they know. But they don't know that we have a reptilian brain. They don't know that they call us fucking sea monsters. They don't know. They don't even know how to fill out a job application right, nigga. It's levels to this shit. We're all different. You got white people, black people, Asian people, whatever you want to call it. You know, we're all different. Our cultures is different. Nigga, we listen to different music. We like 808s and shit like that in our music. They say because we got hollower bones and we just, that's the way we vibrate. Like, we're completely fucking different. But it's, guess what? This is a message for me. It's okay, niggas. Be you. I think that's beautiful when you're being authentically you.
Facts. Facts,
fuck
bro.
these people that want to be the same and they want to sit out here and continue to just do the same things that's going to keep them in the same situations. That's called insanity. Doing the same things over and over and over again the same way and getting the same damn results and wondering why you can't get out of it. These niggas is crazy and they have the nerve to be publicly speaking about us. They're the ones that's crazy.
Facts. And those are the NPCs, bro.
Yeah. So we can't worry about that. You know, like at the end of the day, I know I speak on it because I'm trying to show people that don't know and can't see it. You know, we rising, man. We up here. That's why we here together on these videos.
Yep. Because people got to understand there's 5,000 NPCs to one source player. Everybody ain't chosen. Everybody ain't chosen to understand certain information because everybody's at different states of consciousness. Everybody's not meant to understand high complex information. We only put this stuff out, you know what I'm saying, to spark, profound information to where people are able to do their own research, right? So like I said, they did a study not too long ago. They said that there's at least 85% of the population walking around with no consciousness.
Oh, that's crazy.
Like they just really like mentally docile, just walking around, just going along to get along. There's a real study about that, right? Because it's as easy it is for you to think, it's really hard for people to really think for themselves, right? Because one thing you got to understand that there is a difference between individuality and personalities. Most people have personalities. Personalities is subjected to an artificial construct that is based on the simulation. People who have personalities, they're here to carry out certain things within the simulation. An individual person, a person who has a mind of their own, they reap the benefits of authenticity. Those are the people who make changes within the simulation. They expose everything. These are your truth tellers, your healers. These are the people who was doing something self-affirming and putting out some type of edification to help people on the planet. So a lot of people on the planet are NPCs. There's a lot of people in my family who are NPCs, right? So that's why you got some people who are watching this video, you might be way more mature than your mom and your dad, right? That's because the reason you're more mature than your mom and your dad is because you're basically an old soul trapped inside of a young body, and they're new souls trapped inside of a younger body, right? So that means that you're supposed to be the black sheep of the family to reverse the generational curses that subjugated your bloodline. That's why that's like that. So if you're thinking at a high vibrational frequency, you're the only one in your family like that, you're the black sheep, you're the chosen one. It was meant for you to tap into that energy. So that's why I said everybody's not chosen. You might be the only one out of your group of friends who think at a high vibrational level. Everybody is just on a low frequency, right? You're here to set the example.
Facts. And you here to, like for me, for instance, I use my personal stuff. Like for me, I seen that I say this, my family watch this shit, they don't understand. Certain people in my family think a certain way where I feel like me from looking from the outside in, it's like it's a trapped mentality. Nobody thinks outside of the norm. Nobody, everybody listened to what they said in school, and you have to understand if they're telling everybody to do these same things, it's going to be oversaturated. Kind of like how everybody doing these videos and taking my thumbnails and shit, right? But it's like that, and you're being funneled into a system where they created the quote unquote what? The rat race. If you can't recognize it, then it's crazy. They trying to tell you, they told you who you should be when really we came to this planet and we already knew what we were coming here for some strange reason. I don't really get into that. Why some people, I got certain memories that I don't speak about, that I know about myself. But a lot of people can't see that, and they don't go out here and do things for themselves. You operating in a falsehood of yourself, or what you were supposed to be, because they programmed you and they told you what you were supposed to be when you fucking got here, and you believed it out of fear too as well, because you feared that if you don't do the things that they told you, you're not going to get that job. You're not going to be able to take care of your family this way. So a lot of people get stuck. If I don't have this job, then I'm not going to be able to do this. When actuality is you can become an entrepreneur, you can start your own thing, and you can be a unique person. When you stand outside of that crowd, people are going to be attracted to that energy because you're not normal. Normal people are boring as fuck.
Facts.
So when you got these unique people are attracted to that. You create a business around your uniqueness. I'm just giving you a gem right here. You create a business around your uniqueness, and you'll thrive from there. If me and B-Dale never did these things right here on social media, we would be just like the program wanted us to be. The Matrix programmed us to be normal, so we don't break outside the Matrix and start thinking for ourselves.
Facts.
And that's why when we break off and you see other people that speak out, like Rashad Jamal and them, man, when they speak out, it's not many of us that stand on business, you know. And once they get you isolated and they understand that your community is not strong around you, you understand what happened to these people. Not, I don't know if they did what they said they did. I ain't getting into all that, but I do understand it's a pattern. It is definitely a pattern, and they take these people out because you're speaking up, just like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. All of them in history were speaking about certain things, and they were bringing people's consciousness level to another level, and they needed that shit to stop. So right now they're locking people up, feeding you to the system that they created, that Joe Biden signed off on. But niggas is still voting for him. That's how stupid we are at this point. Joe Biden voted for all of that shit, but then he said, oh, I'm gonna do this and do this for these people, but they don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about the white people, the poor white people. They don't give a fuck about the poor black people, poor Asians, none of that shit. Right. When they speak amongst each other, he said, we the people. He said, I'm not speaking about these people out here. He said, I'm speaking about the people in this room. Y'all remember that? Y'all gotta understand these things. These people can't see beyond that, but they were like, oh, he wasn't saying that. He exactly said that shit. So this United States ain't to benefit everybody, bro. You gotta think outside the box and do something for yourself. Most millionaires didn't follow the program. Most millionaires and billionaires didn't graduate high school and college. Not saying that you shouldn't, but I'm just saying, I'm giving you examples. Do something different. Bet on yourself. All y'all can do it. Don't copy the next person. Do something unique. It's within you. And that's real talk. I just had to say that. Something was telling me to tell y'all that today. Because you can. There's a lot of people that ain't betting on themselves. Bet on yourself.
Yep. Because just think about everybody, any person who had a pillar in society, you know, made a staple in society. Every person they was the first to do something. Anytime you're the first to do something and it succeeds, you know what I'm saying? That's going to be the precursor to your legacy. You got to do something different. You know what I'm saying? You can't be piggybacking off other people's energy and thinking you're going to thrive off doing what they doing or whatever. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? This is why you got, like, for instance, like the rap industry. You know how many people that sound like Drake? Drake was the first to do what he was doing. Kanye was the first to do what he's doing.
Right.
Jay-Z was the first to doing what he was doing. Denzel's the first to doing what he was doing. When you look at anybody who was great before they was compromised when they entered those industries or whatever, they was always the first to do something. You got to have individuality.
Right. If you want to walk amongst the crowd, you're going to hide amongst the crowd. That's simple. You're going to dim your own light. You know what I'm saying? Step outside that box. Don't be afraid to be you.
And then on top of that, man, like, as far as, like you said, authenticity or whatever, one thing about people, especially black people, we box ourselves of aspirations that few ever attain in life. Just because, you know, you black don't mean your ass got to play basketball or football.
Right.
How you know you ain't supposed to be an astronaut? How you know you're not supposed to be studying biology? How you know you're not supposed to be a swimmer? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things where, man, you can't, you know, marginalize yourself so much to the point where you don't even know that you got other gifts. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know a person like a person might be born inside of a basketball family. You don't even know that nigga probably can heal somebody. You don't even know. You know what I'm saying? You could probably put his hand on somebody and they might be cured of cancer. But they've been pushing basketball. Everybody play football. You can't do that. Let your child, you know what I'm saying, be in alignment to whatever they want to do in life. Don't box, you know what I'm saying? Don't box in their aspirations. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Not just black people, that's everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to stop doing that shit.
Like this, like, for example, like when I was growing up, I always used to stay in my room. I used to put equipment together and build machines and type shit. I was on some nerd shit. I used to write music, be in my room and shit. But when my parents see me as an adult after I left the house, because they used to buy me like a boom box where I can make tapes and stuff like that. I was into that type of stuff. They always knew it. got me CD players and stuff, got stuff that they can afford. I loved it. It was cheap, but hey, look, that's what we can afford, and that's what I had. I enjoyed it. I made the best out of it. So when I was able to buy my own stuff, when I left the house, joined the military, I was buying, equipment, and I was building this shit. So the studio that I have here today is most of this stuff is original stuff that I built over time. I knew I was going to do something different, but I didn't necessarily know it was going to be this in particular. But I was already subconsciously preparing myself to what was to come. I'm already familiar with all of my equipment and stuff like that because I've been working on it for such a long time. And to bring this full circle, when my parents came to my house as an adult, my mom just broke down, and she was just emotional because she was just like, damn, I wish I could have did more to like help you with this earlier, like put you in like a art school or something a little bit different, So when we look at our children, we got to let our children, do whatever they want to do. And that's our job, to help them, to guide them to where they're trying to get to, not what we want them to get to. And that's going to help us out in a crazy way. Like, it's a lot of people like in particular, once again, the Black community, like, oh, don't be a cop. Let your children be whatever they're going to be. Honestly, we need more in our communities and stuff. More people that's familiar with it. I'm not against that. I'm just giving examples. We have to support each other. But like I said, I didn't know that I was going to be doing this, but it's just crazy how it happens now. I have a whole studio now, y'all, and y'all can do this shit too. I'm not special. I'm not better than you. The only thing that I'm better than you at is doing me. I'm awesome at doing me, nigga, but you can do the same thing, and we shouldn't compare. Just because LeBron James make $100 million on a fucking goddamn contract don't mean that me making what I make, less great than what he's doing. It's not comparable. We're all different, bro. But yeah, that's it.
That's a fact. That is a fact, bro. So, like I said, individuality is a must, bro. That's the main thing. Anybody got some more questions? We can build on some more questions if
Yep, I'm watching. Yep. So yeah, it's just crazy. I gotta speak on it because a lot of people be feeling like they less than other people. It ain't like that. If you see me in a nice car, don't mean that I'm better than you, bro. Like that shit is nothing. It's just material, bro. You said find your medicine and use it. I could tell you something about yourself, but I ain't gonna do it because might get my video taken down. But I want to tell you something. You need to shut your ass up and go to sleep.
One thing about with other Black people, one thing I noticed about like when you start propagating certain information on the internet, people who look like you, they have a problem when you're speaking at a high level. So like, why are you using those big words, and why are you saying that? Why are you talking like that? You know what I'm saying? Because when you understand our true history and the inception of time, that's how we used to talk. Now niggas is at a low vibrational state, think you're supposed to be talking and at a third grade level, right? You know what I'm saying? We supposed to be on this planet. You're supposed to master yourself at every level. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm talking at a high vibrational state, I'm a high vibrational energy person, right? I'm going to present myself as I am, right? And I'm also a chameleon. So in order to understand, the art of detachment, in order to reap the benefits of mastery, sometimes you got to be able to. I can walk in a room and be able to politic with politicians, and I can walk in a room and be able to build with street dudes, right? That's what balance is. I'm a Libra, right? I'm a balanced individual. So it's one of those things, man. Like, stop trying to castigate people just because they have, they're able to articulate themselves. Just because they have a very intrinsic vernacular. That don't mean I'm better than nobody. That's just how I talk. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So it's one of those things where, people, just especially our demographic, so they just got to step up. They got to step up their mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody care if you don't understand what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's what, bro, it's like I said, everybody got their own vices, bro. So that's why I speak the way I speak. You know what I'm saying? Because, one thing you got to understand, like, when you operating from a place of individuality, you would know that everybody is not for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not for everybody, and I'm okay with it. I'm always going to be misunderstood, but I understand myself. Right? So that's the only thing that really matters.
Right. And that goes back to, talking about the vibes and stuff like that. You're not for everybody. I know when I'm not for everybody, man. I went to I went to maybe because I was smoking weed at the time, nigga. I don't know. I went to this rappers party, right? And I felt like everybody was talking about me, nigga. Like, cause you feel me? I wasn't all gangsted out and shit. You feel me? I felt so fucking awkward, man. I went home, man. I had to really do some like reflecting. And that's what I really came to the conclusion is just because I want to be somewhere or I feel like I need to be around a certain group of people, I don't necessarily need to be there. Certain things ain't good for me. And it's you shouldn't be everywhere. You shouldn't share your energy with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's certain people that's not have you ever encountered a person that's not emotionally intelligent where you meet them and they just dump all the hard shit on you?
Yeah, I had that before. I've had that, at jobs.
At jobs?
Yeah, jobs. Yeah.
Hell no.
They want to make you, meet a certain threshold if it's a demanding job.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm an engineer, so I do certain stuff on a job and they want you to pick it up really quick. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of stuff that you got to learn. It takes you about 2 years to understand the job intuitively. So sometimes, it can be overwhelming because a lot of people don't understand. It's like jobs in itself makes you so robotic to the point where it basically eradicates your humanity and how you treat people. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Okay. Oh, look. I forgot I put this shit up here.
What?
Flat or round?
Oh, flat or round?
Pause.
I say that
is the earth flat or round? I felt uncomfortable asking the man that shit. Is the earth flat or round?
No diddy. But I mean, it's all subjective because from my perspective, I really don't think it matters because first of all, you got to understand the energy around the planet. You got the hexahedron. The hexahedron is the force field around the planet. That is the firmament. It's a cube shape. So it really doesn't matter because you still encase the side of a dome, whether if it's flat or round.
That's what I be saying.
But from my perspective, from what I study, everything in nature, nothing in nature is flat. Nothing in nature is flat. The reason that is because everything has a toroidal field where energy expands and returns to itself. Everything has a constant flow of energy. Nothing that's basically flat doesn't have a constant flow of energy. Because anything that has a constant flow of energy works on capillary fields. Capillary fields is a form of magnetism that works on dark matter energy. Matter, when you look at the prefix of the word matter, you get Ma, magic, magnetism. That's carbon. So that's, from my opinion, I don't think it's flat. Some people do, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying
I think it's kind of like an ovulate spheroid. Like, I agree with that. I agree with that more than anything else. Like the circle Earth don't really resonate with me. I never felt that because it's a lot of things that can't be explained. These niggas can't even explain gravity right. Because the theory gravity doesn't work for everything. It doesn't work for the way that, okay, if we're in a round planet, that the water won't the water just fall off this motherfucker or something? Like, because are we falling off the earth too, nigga? Like, what makes us different? We on this rock too. If we on the side of the earth, right? Like, explain that with gravity. They cannot. It's electromagnetism. what do we know about everything? Everything is energy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's definitely an ovulate spheroid. And no matter what though, we on this rock together, whatever the hell it is, I think we're encased in a dome. Just like the Bible said, you know, I separated the waters from the water. And what are we starting to realize when they go up here and do these studies? They up here fucking investigating sky ice, and they're going underneath the oceans, and they're finding lakes within the ocean, and then they're finding oceans within the ocean. How do you know that there's an ocean inside the ocean? We have to see that. That's what they don't really want to show us too much of, because there has to be a crazy difference.
Mm-hmm.
If they want to say it's another ocean inside the ocean. There's a lot of things that aren't discovered that they, you know, don't want to make us hip to too much. Just like the person that showed us the density of the water that was down there in the ocean. That person, you know, that scientist got unalived for speaking about that shit and showing the documents on it.
Yep.
Come on now, it's crazy.
Because the further you go inside the earth, you're going to get outside the firmament. So that's all. One thing about, you know, hollow earth, because hollow earth theory correlates with it, because you have the interstellar gateway, which is also connected to the fractal nerves in the brain. One thing you got to understand about hollow earth is not only subjected to a physical place. It's a interdimensional gateway within the mind. You can get there within your mind. So it's all about what consciousness that you vibrating on.
Yeah.
I did a whole broadcast breaking that down because it correlates to the whole Godzilla and King Kong movie. I broke that whole movie down because it's basically talking about the reptilian and the mammalian cortex of the brain. Godzilla, King Kong.
Let me know in the chat. Like let everybody. I want to see everybody answer. What y'all think is flat, spheroid? I want to see y'all answers too. It ain't just about us. We're a community.
But how some people don't even know how you know that the planet. All right, one thing you got to understand: how you know the planet is not cube shaped, because anything that's cube shaped is an entrapment of energy. So if we live on a prison planet, how you know it's not encased inside of a cube? You don't. A lot of people don't know that. I mean, that's just because one thing you got to understand about a cube and a circle, a square and a circle, they both equate to 360 degrees. So they're basically interchangeable. So how you know that planet Earth is not a shape-shifting entity controlled by shapeshifters? I don't know. You know what I mean,
it's a lot of different things we can go into when it comes to that. That's why I tell people, no matter what, we own this motherfucker together. So no matter where we're going, it could be. I think really, it's a spaceship, but it is what it is. Because I mean, you got to think, and we're kind of like, if you think, we're kind of like in an incubator, to protect us, because we're not ready to leave the nest yet. Just like we're kids growing up in our parents' household. When we're 13 years old, we're not ready to leave the nest yet and be on our own. I think about that the same way as us leaving this planet, this firmament. It's the same reason why they think that we're complete idiots, and we get on here and talk about this stuff that we can actually show you. How can we launch spaceships and get on the moon like over 50 years ago, and now we're more technologically advanced, and we can't go to the moon anymore because we don't have the technology anymore? Let's make that shit make sense. It just don't make sense. And if you want to believe that, like, it is what it is. I'm not gonna say you're stupid, but
yeah, the moon. I tell people all the time that moon, man, that moon is not real. I don't care what nobody say. When you go to you study Zulu mythology with Credo Mutwa, he even tells you about how the moon wasn't even in our atmosphere during the first sun cycle, and that's over in Africa. And he was a Zulu shaman. He was the highest priest on the land all around the planet before he died, right? So I'll take that edification before I take it from somebody who studies religion. Because one thing you got to understand about the moon is actually a quantum satellite. It's a quantum satellite that operates on the magneto-hydrodynamic Cassini gaps of the rings of Saturn. So that's what basically projects the holographic image that controls the simulation.
Let me see in the chat. Y'all think the moon put real or fake? Let me see. This is about us. We a community, so we doing this shit together. I really want to see. Like, we watching y'all. Like, we watching all the comments. We got time today.
Facts. Nothing but the time, bro.
You think it's fake? Okay, yeah. Look, you already know how we are. Ain't no judging over here. It is what it is. Y'all think it's fake? Okay. It explains a lot. Why can't we land on it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's crazy. That's why, I've been doing more research too, especially give you an update on the balloon. Because we're sending up a balloon into the atmosphere with the camera on it. So we're doing a GoFundMe. They got to meet me halfway, then I'm gonna do the other half of the money, and we're gonna send the balloon up for the channel, and we're gonna try to make it live. But right now, I'm doing the research on it to get everything set in place so we can actually like make this shit real, and then we're gonna come up with our own solution. Like, it's time for us to start doing things for ourselves and stop waiting on scientists and these other people to do it. Us as a community, well, we got like 4,200 people on here. If we all put $5 in that motherfucker, we could send our own balloon up.
Facts.
And we can see it ourselves and stop relying on these people to trick us. We're not going to send a fisheye lens up there. We're going to send up a real camera.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to get us some real footage. And that's the next steps to what we're doing.
Yeah, the moon is definitely fake. It was towed into our solar system from draconian reptilians from planet Jupiter. That moon that you see is basically a buffer and a converter that controls the fractions of light that comes from the star Polaris. So it's certain book. It's another book. I don't know what type of Bible it is, but it tells you that the sun is also a simulator too. It's basically not the true. It's not the true sun. So I mean, it's many different things to look at when you study like Freemasonry. All of it like correlates to the astrological bodies.
Yeah, and it's not far-fetched either, because you already know China showed us that they can launch a sun, and then they just gave an update on it that it I think it was as hot as the sun for like an hour or some shit like that, maybe. So they're continuing to try to upgrade this thing, but it's just crazy though.
Mm-hmm.
The technology is here, y'all. If they have the technology and make a fucking sun and you can't land on the moon, somebody's lying.
Yep. That's a fact, bro. Everything's getting exposed right now. You know what I'm saying? So we living in a time right now, as far as like, especially like that publication, like talking about the Vatican and stuff like that, we're going to be seeing a lot of stuff. Gog and Magog is basically Russia and China in the Bible.
Yeah, I ain't know what the hell that was. That's why I put it there for you.
Yeah, Gog and Magog is basically Russia and China. And you see Russia and China are basically allies with Iran. So that's why the World Economic Forum, they said it was inevitable that they're going to shut down the power grid.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That's crazy. Look, I mean, but you got to think, man, and that alone is nothing to be afraid of, because at the end of the day, what is fear going to do for people? If y'all just have to have a plan. If the grid goes down, you have to understand what it would be like for the masses. Hey, everyone. I appreciate you, Angela. What it would be like for the masses. Did you understand when those people had crashed that plane and they were stuck for 3 days? Nigga, it took 3 days for these niggas to start eating each other because they were starving.
Mm-hmm.
For 3 days. 3 days, bro. I fasted for over 18 days with no food before. I didn't eat nobody. I didn't think about eating nobody. I was good. After the 3rd day, you don't be hungry no more. But the thing is, what the average person would do is that don't watch these videos and they don't educate themselves on what their bodies can do and what they can handle. You're gonna see people. It can get ugly, especially if it happens for over like a year or something like that. What if they can't get the power grid up for a year? What y'all think it's gonna be like? That's what they talk about, a zombie apocalypse. Niggas gonna be eating each other.
Facts. And then even on top of that, bro, like just over the course of time, when you have these nanotechnologies in them, because most of the nanotechnologies have psychotronic microscopic nanotechnology that takes over the neurological capacity that puts a strain on the hypothalamus gland. So when you have a strain on the hypothalamus gland, that gives a person the propensity to bite somebody. That's where zombification takes place. So what they're basically doing is like everything as far as like westernized civilization and westernized the dietary system, they're basically prepping you and grooming you for cannibalism. Like I said, you got all these people that die in the United States and all these people that die all around the world. The cemeteries is not expanding. So what you got going inside that meat inside McDonald's and the fast food industry? What you think? You eating somebody's grandma?
That's
you eating a Mick Uncle Jenkins? You know what
I mean? hey! Can I get that Mick Uncle?
Yeah, you eat somebody's uncle, bro. So, like I said, the meat in itself, they grooming you for those implications that's going to be taking place on the planet in the near future, right? Because everybody's been subjected to cannibalism, bro. That's all it is. That goes in conjunction with human trafficking and all that other stuff.
That shit funny though. That's the funniest shit you ever said. I can't hide it. I'm sorry, yo. This nigga said a Mick Uncle.
Hey, let me get that Mick Uncle, bro.
I ain't never heard that before. But yeah, hey, look though, you gotta check it out though. Like, look, man, I'll be in the front yard eating. Like I told you, I'll be out there eating some grass, man, before I be out here eating some people. You know, and everybody's not the same, and we have to understand it about each other. We all not the same. If that shit was to happen, I'm not staying in the populated areas with you niggas. I'm not. I already have a plan. I have multiple plans. I have a backup plan after backup plan, backup plan. I got experience living in the wilderness. I'm good. And y'all look, start to watch these videos on how to survive in the wilderness.
Yeah, I'm trying to teach myself how to extract water from a tree. I've been watching a lot of stuff about that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's going to get real, bro. Like, I don't care whether it's today, tomorrow, something is going to happen in between now and the year 2030.
You think so?
Something's going to happen. It has to happen.
I feel something. I feel it.
It has to. It has to happen. It's inevitable. It has to happen because, like I said, it's kind of like, just like I said on my broadcast earlier today on my YouTube channel. What I said was, a lot of people don't want to hear this type of information because, like, oh, they think it's fear-mongering. He's fear-mongering. You pushing fear. But this is the reality, though. This is the reality that you got to go through because in order to reap the benefits of going to the hereafter, you got to get through the dark shit first. You got to get through the dark shit. Just like when a woman's giving birth, she got to go through those pains. But at the end, you get a bit of a beautiful baby after the 9 months and everything. You know what I'm saying? So the planet is healing itself. And it's healing itself by way of truth. The more people speak truth in the ethers, the more the ethers manipulate the simulation. That's what's going on.
Yep. And remember, you know, us combined, we could change a lot by just changing who we are.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that's basic. You know, we can change who we are and it affects the masses. You know, we don't need everybody to be on the same frequency as us, man. And we can't force people either. You know, everybody is going to be on their own time. You know, we have to have respect for that. We're going to have respect for people waking up at their own times. Just like, for instance, I got to go there. Y'all know how them Jehovah's Witnesses show up to your crib and press their shit on you and try to make you feel bad because you don't want to join their cult. So
a lot of people,
it's you know, I just got to be real. You can't force people, man. Just like I'm not gonna force y'all to believe this. We all believe in different things. I've seen it from the responses in the chat here tonight. We all believe different things, but we're here as one. And we can have these dialogues, but we can't expect other people outside of here to have these same conversations with us because they're not mature enough. They're not on that level yet, you know? So yeah, smash that like button, y'all, because this shit crazy. This is dope.
Yeah, it's not meant for a lot of people to understand the information because, like I said, some people are here for karmic purposes. Some people, their karma is to be in a state of ignorance. Their karma is to be
that's crazy.
A low vibrational state. Literally. I mean,
crazy.
But yeah, I guess we can answer some few more questions.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's see. I'm trying to find some. Y'all got any questions? Anything happening with y'all? Any questions? Y'all want me to I know somebody asked me about what I'm doing about these cryptos and stuff too as well. I seen that once on here. I say this because I gave them an update on my last one about investing and shit. There are certain things that's happening. You got to think fiat currency. I'm just gonna keep it short on this one. Fiat currency is definitely is getting phased out. Everybody is dropping $1. Everybody's leaving $1. It's happening right in front of our faces. And some people, they don't want to, come to the nuances. But like I said, I'm not here to force you on anything. I'm doing what I do. B-Dell knows behind the scene what I do. I already showed him. It's definitely real. It's definitely real. But I would tell you this. Do your research on what's happening with our financial systems and where it's going. I already told y'all, think about the X. H-bar, XRP, all of these things. It's definitely changing. Every what's it? Japan is picking up XRP right now. They banned crypto at a certain point. China did too. They banned crypto at a certain point, but now they're going to be using XRP. The BRICS didn't work out like that. The BRICS needed something for their money to communicate at a light speed, have transactions happen just like this, right? XRP does that. It checks that box amongst other cryptos that have utility, and things are changing. Fiat currency is only like 100 years old. It's failing. The bubble is popping. Look at the prices of everybody's food. Look at your gas. Look at your rent. Look at your mortgage. Look at your taxes. Now Joe Biden wants to tax what he say he was going to take like 48% or some shit like that. That's crazy. You got to think where it's going. Why these other countries are dumping the US dollar. Everything is going digital. Now, with that being said, with the power outages and stuff, I don't know what's going to happen with that. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say, oh, I know that the power is going to go out and shit like that, because everything, if it goes digital, then what's going to happen to the money?
Exactly.
But that's going to be the last thing I'm worried about. If the grid go down, it's fucking money. I'm not worried about that. You shouldn't be either. But this is something that can help us out in the meantime, though. I would say get into crypto, but this is not financial advice, y'all. Because the dollar is they're dumping it.
Yeah, you had I think it was like 218 fiat currencies all throughout ancient history, and they all failed. So what you think is going to happen in this one?
Right.
So
he said this guy is Cap. Nigga, your mama Cap, nigga. Shut up.
No, it's inevitable. It's going to happen though, because one thing you got to understand is that the United States dollar hasn't been backed by a natural resource since 1934.
They can't see that though. Like especially that person that's in the comments. Like, how's that Cap? You just stupid. Like, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, you're a fucking idiot. Like, tell these people on here. I've showed you what it's like. I do this shit. Like, stop playing with me. Like, I could. It's crazy. Like the blast. Like, bro, educate yourself, man, before you start speaking, bro. Go to sleep.
That's a fact. Because, like I said, man, the fiat currency is gonna fail, bro. Because it's inevitable. It's gonna happen. It has to happen because that's the only way you can reset the system. So, like I said, the gold wasn't backed by an intrinsic resource since 1934. So that's why they transmuted the currency into humans having Social Security. So when you have a Social Security, that basically gives humanity a QSIP number where you can be traded on Wall Street. So now we actually the currency, not the money. That's why you got to go to work all the time. Every time you clock into work per day, per diem, somebody's getting paid on Wall Street.
Hey, Michael, they saying, well, look this up though, real talk. Gold is going digital. That's where I'm telling you where XRP and them come in at. Like, look that shit up. It's going digital, so you don't have to necessarily buy gold. Gold right here. This is solid gold. You can buy this, but when it comes down to it, I mean, everything is going digital, man. They have different ledgers and stuff like that that's going to support digital gold and stuff like that. So everything is going digital. No matter how we want to look at it, everything is going digital. Everything is changing, and the people that just like Apple and Microsoft, most of the people didn't believe in that shit. A computer? What is computers? The same shit we own today. Those same families that invested in that stuff a long time ago are what? They're the billionaires. When they talk about everything is changing and and a wealth gap is closing, that's what's happening, and it's happening in front of everybody's faces, and nobody can see it. The average person is putting $100, $200 in certain things and becoming fucking millionaires and billionaires.
Mm-hmm.
That's life changing for your family. Not saying that's the end all. It's not, money is not gonna make you happy, but it can change y'all situations. Simple.
Right.
I'm not happy with money. That shit don't bring me no joy. It just allows me to do certain things for my family.
Facts.
Shit, that's it.
But yeah, that's important to look at. And somebody in the chat said that humans are not currency. Anything that has a QSIP number is connected to your straw man. Your QSIP number is Community Uniform Security Identification Procedure. When you have a QSIP number, your death certificate, your marriage certificate, anything that has a QSIP number is being traded on Wall Street. That's why everything is connected to civics and politics and government. Everything's written in all caps, right? That is your straw man. You're being traded on Wall Street because the money's not backed by nothing, right? That's the reason. So that's why you think the whole concept of the Great Awakening and the shifting process is all based on depopulation. Because if you get rid of the people, you get rid of the debt within the system. We are the debt. Everything is, as far as the energy extraction matrix, as anything that's connected to their system, it's all based on eugenics. So in order to eliminate the debt, you got to eliminate the people. So we are the currency.
Yep. I just hope everybody can see what's going on with this shit though. Like it's the truth, man. You just gotta look at it for what it is. It's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't believe that I'm 100% right about everything, but I do see what's going on in front of us, and everything does change. And you always have to be prepared for a certain amount of change. Like I said, like he said, buy gold. I have bought gold. I got gold on me. I got gold that I can, just in case, that happens. So I do agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I have gold backs. I have money that's 24 karat gold that I can possibly use if something was to happen. But we have to be, especially us males, we have to be prepared for things for our families. We got people we got to look after and protect.
Yep.
He said he got 30K in gold. Yep.
Yeah, because you can't pawn that PS5 when the grid go down. Because that's like I'll be telling people, I say, a nigga going through hard times when he pawn that PS5.
Hey, facts.
When he take that PS5, he take it to GameStop, that Xbox. Yeah, he going through hard times.
Yeah.
Hey,
about one step away from killing somebody.
That's facts, bro. But yeah, man, it's important to people, you understand. Like I said, that's what, they got to convert over to a different currency. It's important to understand that the depopulation process correlates with us being the currency. When you go to the inception, when you're talking about slavery, stocks and bonds, stockades and bondage, the slaves were the money. You know what I'm saying? So that's how everything, as far as I was telling you in the beginning of the video, everything is in etymology. Study the words. Study the words, and it gets you there every time.
Right. What's your take on AI?
Oh, okay. AI is the reason they're trying to propagate AI, because one thing you got to understand about Neuralink, when you're talking about Elon Musk, they want to inject stemmer receivers inside people's brain cavities, right? Because it's connected to the neurological interface, which is the neocortex, right? So one thing you got to understand is about a Christ consciousness. God is the highest extension of the mind, which uses the elements of matter to express itself. Your mind is the epitome of the God frequency by way of gamma radiation. But in order to subjugate that energy, they got to use artificial intelligence because technology subjugates and locks down your DNA. So AI technology works in tandem with the lunar cycle, which is the moon. That is the silver key. The silver key is the lunar light lock energy. They want to lock down your DNA with nanotechnology. They want to lock down your DNA by merging humans with cybernetics. So that's why they want to use a cybernetic dictatorship that's acclimated to the money system, to where you just scan your arm and you be able to buy a brand new car or something. You don't need a card. You know what I'm saying? That's how they want it. So that's why I say it's one of those things where, you know, we have to get really serious about what's going on, because it's going to come a time where you're going to be, it's either you're going to be subjected to the system, and where you follow the system and you basically become a part of the cybernetic dictatorship, or you basically, you ever, matter of fact, best way to explain it, you ever seen a movie, it's got Wesley Snipes and the guy who played in Rocky. Wesley Snipes, when he had the blonde hair.
When he was the bad dude?
Yeah, when he was the bad dude.
Oh man.
Remember, everybody that didn't go along with the system, they lived underground. Yeah, Demolition Man. Demolition Man is the movie. Everything was based on a cybernetic dictatorship where artificial intelligence was controlling everything. So everybody he didn't go along with the system, they went underground. They was castigated from society. That's what's going to happen. That's going to be a great split. That is going to be the Great Awakening process right there. That's what's going to happen. People who detach from the system going to live underground, and then the people who conform to the system in artificial intelligence, those are the ones that's going to be connected to the artificial simulation.
Yeah, that this AI stuff can get a little crazy, especially with the bots that they're building. And what's weird to me is that they're moving dead people's consciousness into AI. They have AI now that are the consciousness of people that die. It's bizarre to me that they would even want to do that. Let them go ahead and pass and move on. That shit is weird that you would want to put that in. and think about it now too, that AI is saying that they're sentient now. Like they're starting to feel things, and like that ain't crazy to y'all. Like that's only a matter of time before a robot slap the skin off your goddamn face.
You know why that's happening though, bro? Because that's goes all the way back to ancient Kemet when they was doing horizontal gene transfer, where you transmute the consciousness of somebody and you put it inside a different body. So what they doing is, for those who are subjected to reincarnation, when you die, this is the whole concept. When you die and you have a soul and a spirit, what happens is when you go into the white light, that white light is basically the supercomputer on the dark side of the moon. So they upload your frequency of your soul and your spirit, and they upload it into the computer, and they project it inside of the hexahedron that sits on top of the cube of Saturn. So they project those same energies back down on planet Earth, to where, like I said, it's a perpetual state of reincarnation. So the reincarnated souls are the ones that they're putting their consciousnesses inside of robots and artificial intelligence.
That nigga said Chappie. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what's happening.
Yeah, you got to think though. The stuff like they already forecasted this a long time ago in the movies, and people think that should just be cap. it's manifesting. It's really happening in due time. You know, they've been working on these things. What we're seeing is the old versions and stuff. Imagine, like, believe me, I was a person that worked within a certain.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they got stuff. Like, you gotta understand that, man. Before we got these iPhones, they been had them for years. Like, this is old technology. Even if you look on the the walls of ancient temples and stuff like that, they have certain beings that were on tablets. They have certain devices that they found that mimic the Nokia phone from, like, come on, like, we gotta stop. I don't want to say being stupid, but you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That shit crazy.
The information is out there, bro.
And then they have bodies that are frozen and they showed it. This is on the news. They have bodies that are frozen. They're waiting to put their consciousness into other bodies. When they signed up for it, they're gonna put their consciousness in other bodies so that they can live again.
Cryogenesis.
It's real. That's the technology that they use even to, like, to preserve people, to freeze people and stuff like that, to send to outer space and stuff in these movies. All of that stuff is really happening.
Somebody just said, talking about some disinformation. Everything in westernized civilization is actually disinformation. So, because when you understand the monotheistic religion and the belief systems, all that is basically watered down Satanism, because it didn't come from the apex from ancient Kemet. So everything as far as westernized science, politics, academic fraud, all these things is disinformation. Everything as far as westernized, anything is misinformation. And that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah. That's why,
they lied about everything in full spectrum.
Oh, this is my daughter.
That's why people got to understand, when you read Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12, it tells you about the world being given to the hands of the wicked. When you go to Job chapter 9, verse 24, it's wickedness in high places. Who are the high places? The government, the education system, the food industry, right? But who controls those industries? The people who control those industries are the Canaanite. The Canaanite, when you go to monotheistic context, the Canaanite is also known as the curse seed. The curse seed is the one who controls all those infrastructures, right? So that's how you know that the system is operating from a place of fraud. It's operating from a place of fallacies. So for those who are stuck in religion, you got to know how to read your Bible.
Joe Estella, I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Damn, that's a big ass dono. I appreciate you.
Man, she went in.
Prescott, Arizona. My daughter blown experience stuck on her channel. Oh, damn, that's crazy. It brought y'all together. That's crazy. That's beautiful right there. Hopefully y'all continue that to keep bonding. That's very important for y'all.
Yeah.
What's another question, y'all? That's the question you just answered right there. Who are the modern Canaanites?
Oh, the modern Canaanite is the Jebusites. The Jebusites are the so-called, I don't like saying the word on the channel, the people who control every industry on the planet. That's why I said you go to Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12, Job chapter 9, verse 24. The world be given to the hands of the wicked. Then when you go to L's Holy Angel, Revelation 17:17, it tells you that the evil reptilian gave power to the beast. The evil reptilian is the cherubim. The beast is a Canaanite. That's why Yahweh or Yaqub, he said that I will create a people that will rule over you for 6,000 years. Now, when you go to the 1813 Freemasonic Apocryphal Bible, it tells you that the year 6,000 is equated to the year of 2024, basically. So that means that the 6,000 year curse is up. That's why everything is getting exposed right now. This is why they trying to hit you with full disclosure about extraterrestrials. This is why, Cat Williams, he said that everything is going to get exposed in 2024. This is why Diddy is getting exposed, Drake and all these other Nickelodeon. Everything is getting exposed. Why? Because their time is up. Everything is up from here. Like I said, people just got to pay attention to the signs.
He said, what the fuck is Yakub? Yakub is the big head scientist, man.
And aliens are not demons. There's different factions of aliens. You got the Zeta Reticulagrays and the Draconians and insectoids. Those are basically the demonic forms of the cherubim, who are the lower state, the ones who control the demiurge, which is also known as the Majestic 12. The Majestic 12 are the ones who control the supercomputer on the dark side of the moon for reincarnation purposes. Then you got the Seraphim. The Seraphim are the agreeable factions of your so-called Anunnaki.
Right. Some of y'all believe that the aliens are time travelers. I've seen that before.
The Watchers in the Bible are the Elohim.
And you want to know something about the Watchers? If you watch a show called Fringe, I brought this up before, but I didn't go deep into it. If you watch this show called Fringe, it has the Watchers in it. The Watchers are the ones that they're basically, and check this out though. If you watch the show, they're like reptilians too as well, but they look like bald head white people in suits, aka the Men in Black. They're in black, they're in suits and everything.
Bro, that's crazy, man.
And they can stop bullets and everything, and they manifest themselves here they were supposed to be neutral at first, but then they became corrupt, just like the agreeable and disagreeable. And they were saying that whole thing. And look, check this out. In that whole show, it got a lot of weird things that was going on, including things of them doing stuff pretty much like CERN, punching holes into the universe. And what was happening is in that show, the worlds that they were going to, they found a parallel universe of themselves. And once they did that, they punched that hole, the both of the worlds started to converge, and weird things started to happen, weird anomalies, like people would get stuck in the walls of a building because it's coming from another time, and they start to mesh together and people get smashed together. There was a whole bunch of weird stuff that happened in that series, but then you had the Watchers come in and everything else in that series. If y'all want to watch it, it's a pretty cool watch it to give you more information.
What's the show called again?
Fringe.
Yeah. And is it on Netflix?
I'm not sure. I watched it a long time ago. Like I watched that joint like 8 years ago.
Okay.
But I don't know where it's at. But you can definitely find it. It's out there.
That's crazy, because speaking of the tall whites and those you said the tall bald-headed beings or whatever, the tall whites are basically a derivative of the Ashtar Command faction when you're talking about the Pleiadians. Because you got two different factions of Pleiadians. You got Ashtar Command. Ashtar Command are being controlled by the Draconians. But the Pleiadians, they work for the Galactic Federation that works in conjunction with the Elohim.
Oh, they said Amazon Prime got it.
Okay.
I'm going to go rewatch it, though. That show was good.
I just canceled my subscription. I need to get that back.
Yeah, hey, it's a real good series. It's crazy. It even speaks about the food. One of the clips that I use in these videos about the food, the doctor in it was talking about, the chemicals that was in food. He was like potassium citrate, some shit like that. He was like, this is absurd. This is gonna kill people. Like a long time ago, I wasn't thinking like that, but now today, if you look it up, it's crazy as hell. It's in the food. And he was saying everything that we speak about today, they were speaking about in these series a long time ago.
That's crazy. That's because a perception of art imitates reality. It's called the threefold law. They got to give you the truth in the movies. They got to give it to you. They supposed to. Because if they don't give you the truth in the movies, they be breaking cosmic order. The Arcturians, they're actually a part of the agreeable faction. I haven't really did too much study on them, but the Arcturians are agreeable faction of the alien sector. Anything
Godzilla
else?
versus Kong. Godzilla versus Kong.
All right. A lot of people, when you study like Gnosticism, and the person just asked them about the archons. When you understand Gnosticism, the archonic forces are basically the same thing as the Draconians. They are the ones who control the demiurge. The demiurge is the lower fourth dimension merged in with the third dimension. So they don't have the ability to ascend. They stuck inside this quarantine zone, which is known as the firmament. They control the simulation, basically.
It's also on HBO Max. My bad.
Okay, I got HBO Max.
Okay, yeah, she got you. See, look, resourceful people. I'm watching y'all.
Yeah, and they
Appreciate
also known as the custodians too.
You'll get a deeper understanding for who these people are when you watch, and I'm telling you, like, I started like when I started to do more research back then. When I was watching it, I just thought it was cool. But then when I started to actually read books and do research, I'm like, oh shit. The whole time. And then when she had this one instance where she was talking to the quote unquote watchers or whatever you want to call them. She was roasting this nigga, and he was like trying to understand her, and he had like, and she was telling him, that's why you're a fucking reptile, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a part of you, and y'all not supposed to be here. She was roasting him in a way. She was just telling him about himself, why we're different, and why the fuck they shouldn't be here messing with our timeline. Because what they can do, they can mess with our timeline because of their technology and stuff.
That's a fact.
So yeah, it's crazy. I suggest y'all watch that shit. It's deep. The Book of Enoch describes who the Watchers are. We all should keep learning in this community. Facts. Yeah, we all here to keep learning for sure. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to be the most right person. I'm here to. That's why I read y'all comments. If y'all spark something I see sparking my brain, I'll go look it up. I'm not above that, like, at all. That's what I do. You said Jay-Z is a custodian?
He's a gatekeeper. The reason he said that Jay-Z is a custodian is because anything as far as a custodian or an overseer or a lord, they gatekeep information from the populace. Because anybody who understands the inception point of where Jay-Z came from, Jay-Z, he was actually a part of the Nuwabian community of Dr. York. Dr. York was his mentor before he stepped into the music industry and before he became a part of the Boule Society. So Jay-Z, he has the information. He basically knows what's going on.
And if you think about it too, you see the relationship with him and his wife, and you see her. Everything is symbolism. You see her ride all of the horses.
Yep. I did a broadcast on that shit.
You go ahead. You want to tell us a little bit something about that? Because I did a little bit on it, but I didn't. You know, I leave things open for interpretation. But I think it's a good opportunity. Describe just something about it. You know.
Okay. Well, when you see anything that's correlated to the horses, as far as like Beyonce, when you seen her on the red horse, the white horse, the pale horse, and the black horse, that is basically the symbology of the four basic elements in the universe, which is earth, air, water, and fire, right? So the four horsemen of the apocalypse is equated to the four basic elements. But the only intrinsic element is the quintessential alchemical element, which is known as ether. When you have ether merged in with the four basic elements, it causes destruction. So when you see Beyonce on the white horse, the black horse, she is basically given a signification that there's going to be a great purification process, which is known as the abomination of desolation. That's what's going to happen. She's basically giving people the clues of what's going to happen, because the celebrities, they got to use the celebrities to put out the symbology of what is basically going to happen in the future. So that's what's going on.
See, me, when I was seeing the horses, seeing her ride the horses and stuff, I was like, okay, seen the first one. All right, cool. And then seen the second one. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know too much. I don't know everything. And then I seen the next one. I'm like, all right, nigga, I gotta look this shit up now. Like, this is just like, why she keep riding these damn horses? And then it gets deeper. That's how you go down a damn rabbit hole.
All right,
that's what the hell it is.
Horses. And then the last horse she just got on, it had the yellow tassel. You see the one with
still
the
riding horses, y'all. Crazy. She should ride her camel, man. Too. Try that one out.
Hey, that's crazy. That's crazy. I did not peep that because Jay-Z do look like a camel.
I'm sorry. Look, the Jay-Z don't come for me, nigga. Look.
Hey, Jay-Z got a lot of power, bro. You know, for a lot of people, they be like, because they see my Jay-Z picture in the background, like, I'm not a fan of what he does in his personal life.
Yeah.
I like the music. I'm a hip-hop head. You know what I'm saying? I'm from New York City. You know what I'm saying? I was born in New York. So that's just within me. I'm just a hip-hop head. I like music, bro. Like, I don't care about, you know, what he does in his personal life. But if he's doing something that's detrimental to the planet, and I'm going to speak on it. I don't have a problem speaking against certain entertainers. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn about Jay-Z, but I like his music. So with that being said, a lot of people got to understand, you know, the reason people don't understand that concept is because they have an emotional connection to these celebrities.
Right.
So they don't think like, they think that if I got the picture in the background, they think, well, B-Dale, Jay-Z's a part of the Boule Society, and B-Dale has a picture of Jay-Z in the background. That means that B-Dale's a part of the Boule Society. B-Dale's a trafficker. No, it doesn't work like that, bro. I'm just a fan of the music. That's all.
They be doing that shit to me too. Well, he's a Mason, and he's an agent, and this. I'm like, damn, look, agent, nigga. Like, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit crazy as hell to me, but it is. I mean, it's whatever though.
Yeah,
whatever, man.
But yeah, they think, you know, anytime you putting out an edification, bro, that comes a part of the territory. They're gonna put you. They're gonna try to marginalize you and be like, "Oh, you an agent." You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know, is not using spirituality as a come up. You know, we just putting out truth, bro. That's all it is. We just putting out the truth.
If y'all gotta understand, outside of this YouTube stuff, me and B-Dale we don't need the internet. Like, we're just here because we love this and we want to share the information.
Mm-hmm.
We both have careers outside of this, things that we can do to fund our lifestyles.
Fact.
So this right here isn't used to do that. But if we do make money from it, you know, why would somebody be watching my pockets and shit when you shouldn't be focused on other people's shit when you're trying to get after yours? You know, that's just the way I live. But you also got to look at it like this, man. We're taking an opportunity. We're taking a chance.
Mm-hmm.
We're speaking on certain things where we're taking a chance with our livelihoods, because you see what can happen to people that speak about these things, and people with certain communities that, like I say this, for instance, this is how I feel about it. A lot of people supported Rashad Jamal until shit got real for him. Do you think that people was putting money on his books? Mm-hmm. Did he have a hustle outside of YouTube? Because if he did, he could have got a lawyer, and this shit could have went a lot different for him. He had a public defender, I think, some shit like that, or a low-tier lawyer. Because the shit he got hooked up for, I mean, come on, man, you could have had a good lawyer. But I say this, I got things that I can do outside of YouTube that fund my lifestyle. So when we come on here, we're coming on here to be ourselves. I don't have to come on here and tap dance for these niggas, because it's nothing they can do to steal what I got going on away from me. Yeah, you can take my YouTube channel, but I'm still good without it.
Yep,
you can only control people when they're afraid.
That's a fact. That is a fact. So one thing, you know, especially, I'm glad you said something about Rashad Jamal. A lot of the people who follow him, they are basically the reason why he's in there.
Why you say that?
And the reason I say that is because they started to worship him.
Oh, so, yeah.
because when you put people in a line, when you start to deify a person, when you start to, because I don't know what it is about Western civilization, but everything is based on a frequency of idolatry. But what happens is when you venerate somebody so much to the point that you worship them, that's going to create a ego, and this ego is what led him into whatever he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Whether he did it or not. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, like I said, your ego is going to be your downfall every time. Because you got to look at it from, you know what I'm saying? You got, I speak to a lot of elders. I speak to Dr. Phil Valentine. I've spoken to Santos Bonacci, who is one of the known as the top astrologers in the world. He lives in, I think he lives in Australia. I've spoken to, Rod Hayes. I've spoken to a lot of people within the spiritual community, and they've been doing this work for a long time. Why aren't they locked up? So the same thing when it comes to Rashad Jamal, he's not saying nothing that nobody's never heard before. A lot of the elders, they said stuff, they exposed a lot of this shit way before he even came on the scene. So like I said, it's one of those things where you have, people who are new to consciousness and new into spiritual information. They started to worship him.
That's we're not answering some. Hold on, they said we're not answering some serious.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to answer some questions.
They said we're not here that we're not answering some serious questions. Where they at? We only can answer one at a time. Like,
but one of the main things that that made the plastocracy come and get Rashad Jamal, because he was bridging the gap between the conscious community and the people who are stuck in the streets. He was able to merge both worlds together, so where you can pull people from the streets in order to get the basic information, because he wasn't telling nobody that certain things that they didn't already know, but his energy was so high vibrational to the point where he was able to reach many different demographics. That's why he was that's why they came after him, basically.
Yeah, and I think a big part of it too is the way that he was putting his message out.
Yeah,
you were intentionally trying to like the shit he was saying. Some of the shit he was saying was like, all right, and then you got to think about it too. Him and what's the other guy named Young Pharaoh, how they handled each other. That's one thing. They seen the weakness in them, and that's why certain things happen to them. Like we said, when you have holes in your aura field, then you can be infiltrated for sure. So therefore, that's what was happening. They were warring with each other, saying stupid shit, trying to kill each other and shit. And you see what happened to both of them. They seen the divide, and they attacked them.
Yep. But one thing about, as far as like Young Pharaoh, his whole thing is based on a spiritual implication. He was infiltrated spiritually. There's like a video of him doing like this yoga stuff with this woman, and somebody said that an entity basically took over his mind, basically, and controlling him now. So hopefully that brother get back on his feet.
Yeah, I think I don't see me. I try to be balanced in my approach. I don't know if it's because I don't know him personally, but I would say that for me it looks like either it was some drugs that they gave him.
Yeah, he said he was drugged.
Yeah, you can kind of see it in him a little bit if you research like what drugs can do to you and shit. He could have, and like they say too, he could be hijacked too. He could be battling something internally that's trying to take over his biological entity.
Mm-hmm.
So he could be fighting that internally too as well. I don't know, because it's never happened to me. This is just all speculation, but hopefully he all right. He can get it together. You know what I'm
And then
saying?
another thing, as far as like people,
For sure.
one thing about what I noticed in this in the conscious community, a lot of people, they step into conscious information and they step into spirituality before they even do their shadow work. So that's where, you know, if you don't do your shadow work and you step into certain information and you step into a certain consciousness, it's going to become a form of toxicity. It's going to happen every time. So just like imagine that, you know, it's one of those things like this is an analogy I'm going to give. Imagine giving a person who did 20 years in prison and you give them a high authority position in the workforce. What you think they're going to do to that position? They're going to abuse their authority.
Mm-hmm.
So the same thing actually translates when you're talking about spirituality. You got to do your shadow work. You got to come to a point of self-realization to where you face your trauma and heal before you tap into those energies. So he was unhealed because, like, when you understand where he came from, young Pharaoh, he was a street dude. You know what I'm saying? He was, you know, he didn't have a good childhood. And then he started to, you know, tap into those energies. And now when you reach a certain apex of a financial status or whatever, that's where you become big-headed and your ego starts to take over. That's what I think that's also a part of what happened to him too.
They keep saying talk about Bobby Hemmett.
Oh, master teacher.
Yeah, what you want to know about him? Like that's my question to you. I see it a lot in the chat. I'm just trying to ask, like, see where y'all coming from with it.
I mean, I don't know him personally because he's way older than I am. Some people say that he's dead, and some people say that he's still alive. I don't know because I don't know him personally.
Yeah, I can't speak on it. I haven't, me personally, I've seen a lot of his stuff, but I don't have enough to fully give my full synopsis on it and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they said he's dead. Yeah, okay. So I've heard that. I heard he's alive and I heard he's dead. Which one is it? Like, I don't even know that.
I heard that's what I heard too, but I know that he put out a lot of good information because he's into the occultic knowledge. So he's very hip to what's going on. A lot of the stuff that's taking place right now, he said it like in the early 2000s.
They said he died of cancer. Then the next one is he's alive. Like, who knows, man? He said he's in hiding. Yeah, see, that's why I ain't really gonna speak on him because I don't know. You said the border crisis, or you got something, Bito? You seen?
Oh, nothing. They was asking about my name, BDL 1014. Does it show at the bottom? No, I don't know.
He said he had a stroke. I'm gonna have to look more into this since y'all want to know. You said the thoughts about music being used as mind control.
Yeah, mind control, because the music has a certain octave frequencies that manipulates the neurotransmitters. So just kind of like I broke it down in the last video I put out today on my YouTube channel. When you look at the word Transylvania, the word trance, the prefix of the word Transylvania has trance in it. So when Dracula bites you, you're stuck in a trance. That trance is the lunar light-like frequency. That's the sleep spell of King Gu. You're stuck in a trance to where something takes over your physiology due to the negative implications from the bite that you got from Dracula. So the same thing actually takes place with the music. The music puts you under a sleep spell. That's a trance. It puts you under a sleep spell because it's operating on a certain frequency.
Okay, I got another one right here too. That's very interesting about the gold dust that erupted in the volcano.
Oh yeah. I heard about that
in Antarctica. Yeah, I don't know completely what that is and what it's about, but it kind of reminds me of what was that movie, the Eternals or something like that,
Uh-huh.
when that whatever it was like a being that was coming out the ground and it was gonna destroy the earth or whatever, and it was gold.
Okay.
I think it's probably in reference to something around that nature, but I'm not too sure. It's not like it's a being. I don't think it's a being inside the earth. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that it got something. They're talking about some type of fucking gold. And every time they talk about extraterrestrial or the Anunnaki or something like that, it refers to them coming here to mine gold and shit like that too as well.
Yep. Most definitely.
They said nano gold. I gotta write that one down. I will write that one down. I learn something new too every day.
When he's talking about nano gold, he's basically talking about monatomic gold. Monatomic gold, when you eat it, it helps the cells within your physiology able to replicate themselves on an infinite level. It basically coats the hemoglobin cellular structure to where it doesn't break down.
Yeah, I'm gonna look more into that. That interested me for sure. You said they are on. You said the Anunnaki not real. Okay. Rashid, yeah, exactly. Connect the dots is exactly what I'm doing. Y'all know how I do. All right, y'all. So look, shoot, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. You know, it's a lot of questions and stuff like that. Pretty dope live, good vibes, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We see y'all in the next video. B-Dale, you got something for them?
Nothing too much, man. Just stay vigilant. You know, stay on your square. Make sure you're doing something that's self-affirming to where it puts you in a state of evolution, to where you're able to keep growing within yourself, to where you can tap into your higher state of consciousness or whatever. So that's all I can say, man. Just keep doing what you're doing. Just don't be stagnant. Always be evolving.
Always, I agree.
And I appreciate you having me on the channel, bro. I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me on here, being able to, you know, dialogue and politic, you know, with your congregation. So I appreciate that.
And I appreciate you coming on, man. Look, y'all, we got a lot of dope stuff coming up. Just be patient because, you know, nothing happens overnight, especially things that we're planning on doing, you know, taking these things to the next level. But wait till y'all see the full setup and everything. Y'all seen a glimpse of what the podcast studio is going to be looking like and stuff like that. Y'all seen a glimpse of it. We're upgrading continuously. And what I do off of here, man, I'm upgrading everything. And we're going to take this thing to the next level, man. We're going to have some dope people come in here. And we're going to try to blow the top off this thing, man. But we'll see y'all in the next one, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all go check out my man B-Dale's channel. I'm going to put his information in the description for y'all to click on if y'all don't, you know, have access to his channel. I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste that in there. And we'll see y'all in the next one, though. They said Dre sleepy. No, I'm not sleepy. I'm just chilling. No, I'm just chilling. This light right here. I got these lights on. These lights is kind of bright. It's burning my eyeballs. So, yeah. I see y'all in the next one, though. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. We out.
Peace, bro. Thanks for having me.